All right, I'm alone here, so I'm just gonna say, as part of this recording, this is an experiment with a friend of mine, Clinton. We've talked about doing a podcast, so I thought this would be a good initial first episode, or what you might call a pilot. This might be the first episode of a little podcast project that I might call "I Have No Friends," and Clinton will be my first guest, you could say. Clinton and I, um, kind of a funny origin story for our friendship. Uh, we're both from, or at least we both grew up in and became friends in a town called Park Rapids, Minnesota. I was born there. I can't remember if Clinton was born there, but I think he might have been. But even if he wasn't, he's technically from the same town. And our moms were kind of like they were friends, but they weren't like best friends, but they would hang out once in a while. And we met. Clinton was like a year or so older than me, maybe like almost 2 years, something like that. And I think the first time we met, it was actually we were bowling, and yeah, it was kind of funny. But we can talk about that with him because he's coming in right now.
All right. My God. Dude, I had to join from the internet. Is my video on? Hold on.
Oh no, it's not.
Let me turn it on quick.
Son of a bitch.
There, it should be now.
Nice.
Except I don't want to see my full freaking face. Yuck, it's just ugly, bro.
What are
Stop
you
looking at
talking
that.
about, man?
Bro, I don't want like a full screen of me, just full screen of you and that beard of yours.
No, but I think that like, so this is an experiment. So I'm
Right.
recording this. I think that Zoom will auto like shift to kind of whoever's talking, like at the end, like when you actually get the recorded.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think, but I'm
Hmm.
seeing a split screen.
Hmm.
I think it's a setting on your part because I'm seeing me at
Oh,
the
you
bottom,
have a
you at
you
the top.
well, I have me at the top and a small little screen, but it's not split like you're saying.
No, but I can see me very prominently, and I can see you exactly as you are prominently.
Hmm?
In fact, I'm gonna send
Oh
you
wait,
a picture of what I'm.
switch camera? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, bro.
Bro, what the fuck? That would be hilarious if you
I'm
actually.
just trying to get it split screen, but maybe because I'm not in the app because I just
Yeah,
came did
that's.
it online.
Yeah, but don't worry
I'm
about it.
supposed to be the tech guy, dude, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, I mean, titles can be misleading. That's no, I'm joking. Actually, tell me about your job. Are you a tech guy now? You said something about that, right?
I was, yeah. Was
What
is a
happened?
key word.
What the hell happened?
We don't even want to talk about that, bro.
Oh man, okay, so I didn't. Okay, I was joking. I assumed it was a
Oh,
benign.
you got beers. Must be fucking nice.
It's also nice that like, this is the only form of hanging out where like there's no possibility for you to be like, "Hey man, can I borrow, I didn't come with any beers. You mind if I grab a beer?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, of course, dude. Obviously." And then after that, you'd be like, "Mind if I spot another beer, dude? You see you got two beers.
Like,
I have one."
it'd
And
be
that's
like,
the nice thing about doing these
and
conversations.
eventually, it's like when we used to get high and I eat all the food in the house, and you'd be like, "Yeah, dude, do you think you could bring your own food this time?" I'd be like, what do you
No.
mean? You'd be like, "Well, every time you come over, you don't have much food left when you leave." I'm like, oh,
Dude, but
all right.
that was like what was the context for that though? I don't think that happened that often.
It's it happened a few times when we smoke because I came in your house a couple times and eventually, like the third time, you're finally like, "Yeah, dude, you think you could you know?" I'd be
But
like, "What?"
Yeah, but that's ignorant of me. I mean, first of all, okay, but here's the thing. I'm trying to remember, like, was that when I was essentially like, because there was an era I that would consider like our peak. Like, maybe not for our
That
whole
was one of
friendship, but
that
like
was
our
one of your phases that the only phase you had that stuck.
what I was gonna say is that our peak was basically when my mom lived out like 30 miles outside of town with Mike, and you lived with your grandparents basically in like at that spot by the Heartland Trail and all that, a little bit outside
Mhm.
of town. And basically my grandma and my grandpa were having relationship problems, so basically she up and moved randomly to like Minneapolis. So basically their house was empty. So there was a
Right.
period of time where it was like sometimes my mom would think I was staying at your place and I was just living alone in that house and I was like a teenager. But then it became like a party house because of that, remember? And what I'm wondering genuinely, what I'm genuinely wondering is like, are you remembering the period where it was like, are you like superimposing a memory where it was like you and I getting, because I think a lot of the times when you and I were getting stoned in the driveway, nobody was living nobody was living at the house. Like that was the
Mm.
time when it was empty.
Your mom was there every once in a while, though.
Yeah, but that came a little bit later. There was a period where she was never there,
Yeah,
basically.
I know. I don't want to remember the party house. God, you remember that one night?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
remember the fucking
God
when
Almighty!
dude, you had more contents in your stomach than I think a human, like, are you talking about when you puked like literally two grown men's worth of puke on the floor?
I'm pretty sure I shit my pants too, but
I didn't know about the shitting of the pants, but let me tell you, man, I've never seen a human being. I still haven't, and I knock on wood, I hope I never will. I've never seen a human being empty that much of the contents of their stomach without dying. I
this
don't, I don't think that's you weren't supposed to survive that, bro. Like what the
this
fuck was
the
that?
sad thing is though is that like I was so fucked up at that point that I had no idea that I had even puked. Like I remember waking up in the in that kitchen.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah.
Yeah, it was the kitchen.
And I was like, and every like the whole fucking high school, I swear to God, was there. And I'm like, what is going on? And everybody's like, hey, Clinton. And I'm like, hey, how you feeling? Uh, I don't know.
Bro, that it's funny that you say that because I think we were both blasted that night, like hammered, because I that's the only thing I remember, which is kind of good because you gave me like a bookmark in my memory. But when you say the whole high school was there, it sort of makes me think like now I'm starting to get a vague memory that like, or at least now this is our mythology because neither one of us knows for sure, but based on how you're remembering it and how it's triggering my memory, I almost feel like because we had been having like some little parties like with just like Billy Fletcher and these foreign chicks. I mean, call it what you want, you know what I mean? Or like Alex Gilbertson would show up or whatever. Like, or
Oh
we're
my.
talking like Josh Domino and these cast of characters. But but it felt like maybe that night, for some odd reason, that there was a lot of people that showed up to that were just
There
outside of.
was.
Yeah, it was like a weird thing
It,
where just
it was
suddenly. And
because in,
you basically made sure that nobody would ever do that again because it was like we had in the very middle of the area where you would walk, you have like literally a pool of puke with a guy sleeping in it.
oh,
And
there's Clinton. Don't go that way.
yeah, there's no other way
Look,
to go though. You were in the middle of the fucking like when you walked in that door, you had to go through the kitchen to get to the living room, and that's like where primarily, of course, we probably set up, right? So people would have to go like step over you. It was almost like the most ego-driven way, like that's like if I'm gonna puke and I'm gonna puke right in the middle of where everybody walks, dude. It's almost like it's almost like it was a power move somehow. Like, "Oh, it's gonna happen," and then you just went like where everybody would notice and everybody would be inconvenienced. I don't know. Of course, I'm joking, but yeah, I mean,
it's probably a major inconvenience. I
it
believe that.
but that's the
I
thing.
think I, I think I was just an inconvenience no matter where I was at that night. I know that.
I would say that you sometimes, I mean, we both were like this, don't get me wrong, but yeah, actually, I
Well,
can't even say
you
you.
know how that
We were
night,
both trolls, dude. We were like trolls of before there were trolls.
yeah,
Like,
but that night started with that freaking UV apple, and you and I were drinking, like taking pulls off. We had two bottles, and
oh
we
my,
were sharing like the UV blue, and then um we had that UV green apple, and then like you went off and did your thing, and I was like still there, and I downed that whole bottle of UV apple,
oh my
and
God. Why
all,
would you
all I
chug?
re
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I chugged it too.
oh my God. You know what I
Dude,
remember most? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I couldn't smell or look at anything apple for like till I was like 30. And even to this day, bro, it's still like lingers, like the I just want to puke thinking about it type of feeling. It's freaking gross.
It's funny that that's significant, like, because I don't remember any of those details. I just mainly remember you, I mean, that whole scene, but I don't
Well, I
remember.
remember it because I was there alone, and you're like, I'm pretty sure you were like, Clinton, you might want to slow down. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
Like,
because you were
bro,
also
you're
in
gonna.
your like you were in your like I'm gonna I mean like you were in your like Clinton Schwarzenegger phase also. I think you were like I'm a first action hero kind of like you were so high on your own supply at that time like with your
I
bodybuilding.
wasn't even. You you were the whole freaking gonna be rock star, which
Oh, I
ended
was
up
not.
turning
No, I was
turning
not.
into that.
No, I was not though. I was not.
You are
At that time,
now.
at that time
He's
no,
a
no.
rock star party
All I was
hard.
all I was doing was all I was doing was jamming with dudes and that was like that's it. That's all I was doing. And I
Bro, I
always
sang a couple times for
yeah,
you
yeah,
guys.
yeah, you did
I
some
was singing away.
bro, you could have been in every jam. There was never any reason that you were that see that's the thing about like being an adult now and the way that you perceive friendships and like you have so much more social intelligence. Like that stuff it was
Yeah.
obvious to me that I would have been like assuming we were on good terms because that's also a little bit like where we were in the timeline, but later on but I think when we were hanging out I really wasn't jamming with people at that time much, right? Like so
Where in the world is Alex Gilbertson?
good question. He should do like a book where it's like a picture of him, like the Waldo thing, but it's a real picture, not an illustration. And it's
He
just
looks like Waldo, bro. He could be a
it
total
does
Waldo.
look like Waldo. And we say that with all due love and respect, assuming that he would ever see this if this ever were to get posted. But where in the world is he? Like we're on a Zoom meeting. See, that's the thing. I could send a Zoom link to him somehow, and he could join in. Let's see. Let me see if I
Oh my God.
let me
He
do
will. I don't think he's gonna do it. He's like, oh, dude,
copy.
that'd be crazy though.
That would be crazy. I'm gonna just see if he's even alive, bro. Alex Gilbert. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay. Yep. See, I should not have smoked the weed. I was creating a post on Facebook and typing Alex Gilbertson. What the fuck? Okay,
Oh
messages.
my God.
Alex Gil. No, it's not on there anymore. Oh yeah, he's on there.
He's still alive on social media.
Last. Oh,
Maybe.
let me play this. Hold on. Can you hear this? Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was that loud? Okay, so it was a picture of him and his girlfriend singing in the car to You're Somebody Else. That was in 2019. And then he said in 2021, he said on Facebook, really love a good childhood, blah, blah, blah. And he says some stuff, miss you, bud, next time you're in LA. Okay, I'm going to be like, hey, dude. And I'm going to post a Zoom link.
Is that where he's at now? Is in LA?
I mean, I guess, but he was in Phoenix, Arizona. Like, that's when I met
Well,
him
well, yeah,
last.
that was years. I remember him. I think he moved though.
But didn't I remember I told you, did I ever tell
I
you
think he's
that,
in
like,
Tempe, Arizona now.
did I ever tell you? Okay, that's interesting. Did I ever tell you that he came to a show in Arizona? Did we ever talk about that in like
I don't.
20 or or 2019. He told me ahead of time on somehow met Facebook or whatever. Maybe I have that there. He said that he
You
was,
might have mentioned it. I'm not sure.
but since I have his conversation thread up, oh, here we go. This is our conversation. Um, he said, "Hey, dude." Oh, I said, "How's everything been on your end, Mister?" Oh, no, because he said he'd listened to the radio and he heard the song, and I said, "That's awesome, dude. Really glad." Blah blah blah, and then he's like, "Yeah, your patience, blah blah, and talent have paid off." Blah 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 blah. And I said, "How's everything been on your end?" And he said, "Awesome, dude. I'm a corporate chef. Natalie is teaching still. We both have the same schedule. Weekends, holidays off, and two adorable kittens. Life is good. How's touring been? Saw you were with Joywave." And then he said, "Oh, and then how long goes by? 2 months go by." And he goes, "Hey, dude, the show for tomorrow is sold out. So if you are unable to get Natalie and I guest listed, just let me know as soon as you can. That way we can have time to
No,
find a pair of
Christ, already thinking he's important.
Can't
That
wait to see
fucking
you,
guy.
dude. No, no,
Can't
no.
get
I don't.
tickets, man. But if you want to give me VIP or guest list,
Well, which is
just get
fine
me guest
because,
listed on
but
there, bro.
he's entitled to that. You know what I mean? Like we go back. So I said you'll be on the list, both of you. And he
I
said,
ain't never been on no guest list.
but you ain't
Floor
never expressed
casts.
no interest in that goddamn guest list, bro. Like, look at.
Well, because you never say nothing when you're around.
Well,
Like, hey,
but I'm
we're gonna
never
be we're
around.
gonna be
Like, I'm
back.
not around where you live. When is the last time I've been around where you live?
I don't remember.
I happen to be
I
in the
don't
same
remember.
fucking
Okay,
town. I happen to be in the
fucking
same
guy.
goddamn town as Alex. It's not like I was in a fucking like. It's not like he drove 10 hours to get there. He's like, "Oh, you're in town? Oh, the tickets. I can't get tickets." It's
No,
like,
I see. I see how it is.
no, but when's the last time that I've been in? Where do you even live? Fargo? Midgie? Where the fuck are you
Park
now?
Rapids. Still Park Rapids.
Okay, when's the last time we did a show in Park? Actually, actually, we did do that Nevis thing when we first met. We did Muskie Days in 2013, and that was,
Nice.
yeah. I could have
Holy,
got you
that
on
was
that list.
you were just
If
a
we ever do
young
Muskie
kitten.
Days again, I'll get you on that list. All right, I'll get you on the Muskie Days.
I want to. I want, and I can go around and be like, oh yeah, Floor Cash. Yeah, he's my one of my good friends. I went to. I was on the VIP list for Muskie Days, so not a
But
big
dude, but
deal, but
dude, but but
whatever.
isn't everybody allowed into Muskie Days, bro?
Not the VIP though.
Yeah, yeah. We
I'll
put up
have
like
my
a
own.
little,
I
we put
better
a
have
little
my
area.
own. I better have my own damn list where it just has one name, just so I feel important.
Bro, you know what you're gonna have? You're gonna have like one of those things where it's like a 5 by 5 square feet, like where it's roped off. There's just like those ropes that like bouncers move to like let you in, but it's like four of those, and you're standing there, and nobody gets to be within that like 5 square feet, and it's like that's the VIP section. That
Yes,
right?
dude. Dude, what are you doing? Sitting in VIP. Why? What's going on with you? You got to get me like um get like a Florida Cash lounge chair in there too. It has Florida Cash on it,
Fuck yeah, dude.
and I can just chill. And you just put me right up front of the stage, and just those four little VIP
I'm down.
frick, frickin' things, man.
I'm gonna
I'll be
get
like,
you a
check me
T-shirt
out.
that just says
And
VIP. Like it's like embedded into the shirt, and then on the back it says VIP, and also says
VIP Muskie Day VIPs only.
hell yeah, dude. That would actually be a funny experience, like to just like actually do something like that, and then talk to everybody who's organizing it and like all the businesses, and be like, "We're creating one pass, and if he presents this pass, you have to give him drinks, you have to give him food, like whatever it is, like, and we'll pay for it. But just this is it's the VIP pass. There's one of them, and he can go anywhere in Muskie Days, and everything is free." That's But that would actually be pretty fucking cool, dude. Because
That'd
then
be
you'd be
funny.
talking to people and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like, VIP here," and they'd be like, "Okay," and then you go up to the door and you'd be like, you just show them the thing.
Okay. Like VIP at Muskie Days, you must be pretty special.
But
I
then
hold
people would
my
be
own.
like, "Oh shit, bro is special. He's getting everything for free around here." The fuck?
Can I say it's Muskie Days? It just happens. Not everybody gets to experience musky days like that, you know?
That would be a pretty nice experience at Muskie Days, though. You know, like you go in any business anywhere, and it's just like, oh, hello, Mr. Stearns. Uh, I was told you might be coming.
Hello.
Please choose from our finest variety
Yes,
of ice
yes.
cream cones. What are you in the mood for?
Get me that VIP bubblegum ice cream, please. That's what I want.
As you wish, Mr. Stearns. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Anything. Anything. Just name it, Mr. Stearns. What do you
Just
need?
leave me be to my musky days. I'm
As you
tootling on my way. I've got another business to attend.
exactly. You walk into like, what is it called? Red
We're
Bull.
lost. Hmm?
Going to rock into Bullwinkles or whatever the fuck. They got a few good
I
spots out there though. Nevis
I
is
don't even. I've never even been out to that. Isn't
really
it cold out there? Because
what?
isn't it ice fishing?
Fucking what, dude? I'm talking about Nevis, like the restaurants.
I'm talking about musky days, bro. The famous musky days. Musky day with Skishkiwabu.
Okay, is your mom around?
No,
Okay, how the fuck do you not know what fucking Muskie Days is? It's in the fucking summer. It's every fucking summer. It's been that way for fucking 20 years. What the fuck? What kind
I
of
don't even
rock
know
have
where
you been living under, dude?
the rock of school
This is
of rock.
insane, bro. Your mom knows what Muskie Days is. I think I ran into your mom last time at Muskie Days.
You probably did.
How the fuck do you not know what this is, bro? It's
I've
like a
never
big
even
deal.
been to it.
It's a big, I actually
Well,
respect,
I've never been
I
VIP, so
respect that.
why should I go?
That's a
I
good,
don't,
that's a
you
good point.
know,
Also, I do respect that
I'm
point.
only going to musky days when I'm VIP
I only
and
know
Flora Cash is playing.
That's dude. You could be waiting a long time for that to happen. Not the VIP part, but the fucking us at Muskie Days thing. God willing, that is. You know what? It would be fun to take over Muskie Days and then be like Flora Cash presents Muskie Days, and that becomes the whole thing from then on. Then it's cool.
That would be cool.
That would be.
Have you
I've
guys
thought
had
about that.
events like that anywhere in Sweden? Where you guys headline like that? I mean, you do
Well,
your own shows.
yeah, we've had headline shows and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm talking more of like where you put on the thing. Like that's become a thing that like, like Bon Iver, or Bon Iver as he prefers to be called, like in Wisconsin where he's from.
God, like reminds me of Sir Roderick.
Yeah, well, he
Good
puts on his own
Lord, that
festival,
kid.
and like, who the fuck is? Okay, hold on, let me finish my thought. He puts on a festival in Wisconsin. Then like Post Malone has started putting on his own festival where it's like he gets other artists, but it's like it's a Post Malone festival. And I'm just saying like what better than Flora Cash presents Muskie Days in Nevis,
I don't
Minnesota.
know, man. That might be the downfall of Flora Cash.
No, but I don't think it gets any better than that, dude. We're living in
I
an
don't
age
think
where
you,
like
I
think
don't
about
think
it.
it gets any
AI is gonna
worse than that.
No, but
Sure,
think about
but
it. There's something like so meta ironic about that. Like it's just like going like full fucking like I don't give a fuck. Like going
Muskie Days
full,
just becomes Flora Cash's like all-time headliner.
but also becomes like just self-indulgent. Like all the t-shirts are like just us. And it just says like
Just has pictures of your faces on there. It says Flora Cash. It's not even about Muskie Days anymore.
or like our face on a musky body, Like
They have like a they'll they'll have a big like one of those. You'll have a what do you call them? Drawing a blank here. The people that do the dead animals,
oh, yeah, like
and
a taxidermist.
yes, they'll have a taxidermied muskie with, but it'll be like a mutated one. And it'll be like a two-headed muskie, and it'll just be the heads will just be of you and Spressa
But like a blonde wig and like a beard on the muskie.
with the beard on one, Spressa on the other, and she'll have her shades on.
God, dude, that would be, oh my God. That's a reality I kind of want to experience. Like there is a part of me that's like 10-year plan. Take over Muskie Days.
Well, you know, you think about it though. To be honest, they probably would go for it because like around here you're obviously very well known and you a lot of the people respect you around here. I mean, they know you. You know what I mean? So they probably I guarantee if you said something to them about it and be like, "What do you think about having Florida cash?" and then you tell them about like the whole taxidermy thing, they totally go for it.
Well, no, but I think I would. I don't think it. I don't think they would. I mean, so unfortunately, I wish that I had the faith in humans. Like
Right.
like I don't. And first of all, it doesn't even require faith because they have to be a little bit retarded to even go along with your plan. To be honest, because like the average person is going to think like, I, "Are you okay? Why are you? What?" This idea sounds insane, and I would be like, yeah, you make a good point. It does sound insane. So what I think I would have to do is I would have to figure out like like who is in charge of Muskie Days and how do I replace that person with me? You know what I mean? Like that's the question. Like I got to bypass the whole I don't want to have to talk to somebody. It's got to be like we're we would have to be in a position where we're like, "Hey, we're sponsoring everything. This is like we're in charge now." And
You'd
then
have to do the
you
full
go,
on takeover, the
yeah,
Florida cat takeover.
it would have to be like a fucking like House of Cards. I don't know if you ever
You
watched
could
that.
do like a one-time event where it's like where it's Florida Cash Takeover presents Muskie Days.
Ah, that's true. That would be a good way to do it.
And I what if it just like went off and like it became the next Wii Fest?
Yeah, all of a sudden like people are coming to Nevis and like they don't even have the facilities or the resources and it becomes the next like
And then you got everybody just pissing everywhere and there's nowhere. It just becomes just a one big inconvenience. Just a bunch of Clintons running around puking and shitting themselves everywhere.
yes. Yes. This is what I think could absolutely happen. And but that's, that's on one end of the spectrum. Could be that, could be very cool, could be like a little bit of like a you could do something where it's like a niche thing. Because actually, remember those guys? Did you ever see those guys that had that like little Terrapin Station thing? It was Brian Skinnis, and he's the guy that still like organizes like the those concerts on Main Street in the
I
summer.
have no idea who he's a nobody to me. I only know Florida Cash,
But
Muskie Days.
you've seen like that thing that they do in the summer now, where the whole community kind of goes and watches concerts and stuff. You've seen that, right? It's like on Thursdays for a certain number of weeks on Main Street. They close down the whole Main Street.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So the guy behind that is Brian Skinnis, and
Okay.
he basically also now because he's kind of the guy who took over all this cultural stuff and he's done a good job with it. But he had a venue. I don't know if he still does. I think he closed it, but he literally tried to open up a venue and he had one in Nevis, like literally in the middle of Nevis. He had this venue and he was getting like musicians to come in and play from like the people would be routing from tours. Like it was mostly like Midwest artists or whatever, but he
That's your
had some.
chance, man, right there.
Well, no, I'm just
Make it
saying that, like
make it big.
it
The
was a
Main
cool
Street Battle of the Bands.
it was a cool thing and I got to give him a lot of props for that, but he sort of maneuvered all of that into like he became like the cultural chief who was like in charge of Muskie Days and he came up with I think the Main Street thing, and that thing is still going strong, and I'm actually glad it exists because in the modern world, like how often do you actually see, we used to live in tribes, right? Like we're humans are
Oh yeah,
tribes.
but that all that thing does is attract just a bunch of like Alex Gilbertsons.
No, but it doesn't. I'm talking the Main Street thing, you know what it is mostly?
What?
Mostly it's people over the age of like 50. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's also a lot of like there's some young kids and like it's the closest thing that we have. Like what else would you have in a town like Park Rapids that brings a lot of random people together? Normally people are like in their cliques like, "Oh, I hang out with the people that I go to church with. Like we're all in the Lutheran church or we're all in the Catholic church or we work
Skid
at the
Row.
same job or we're on the school board or our kids go to school together." But this is like an event where it's like the town square. And that's what I saw last summer when I was there. I was like, "Okay, this is pretty nerdy and whatever." But it's like, what else do we have that I mean, I've never seen these people. Like, these are people that live in this town. I didn't even know that we lived in the same town. Like, who the fuck are these people? And I'm just saying, like, that's kind of how humans
Catch
lived.
your breath. Catch your
That's
breath.
kind of how humans lived through most of our history, right? Like that we knew our neighbors a little bit. and these opportunities like that Main Street
You
fucking
you
concert
can't
thing.
even, you know what the sad thing is now though in this day and age is you can't live like that anymore. Like you don't even know your neighbors anymore, bro.
That's what I'm saying, but that's a step in the
It's
right direction when you put on these like
Well,
main
yeah,
street
but like
concerts.
just the way the world is now, especially with all the technology and how it's all taken over, it's like why go out? And you still, I mean, but that's why it's like it's always an older crowd that does that more often than not. I feel like these days. I mean, I know there's a lot of I know plenty of people who are younger that go to concerts and stuff, but it seems like when it comes to like local town events and things like that, nobody go wants to go out and do any of that unless it's like you said, part of their clique.
Yep. No, exactly. But that's why.
I feel like maybe not though. I could, but it just you're not wrong about that though. It kind of does feel that way, but
Yeah,
that's just
but I'm
because
saying like you gotta be like it's not bad to do. It's not bad
no,
things like that lend themselves to reestablishing that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
no, it's not. But
You know,
people are weird now,
people have always been weird.
dude.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, Christ, you used to be able to keep your doors open and let your kids come in and go and run around, and now it's like everybody's got to have their doors locked.
Well, I mean, it's also like everybody. I mean, now, like, let's level with each other here. It's also that everybody feels like they have to keep their doors locked. It's also like a self-fulfilling.
That's what I'm saying. Though that's why the culture and how it shifted with like the crime and like
No,
it's
I
just
know, but
gotten worse and worse over the years. So it's like you, it's not like I feel like a small neighborhood back in the day, right? People just everybody's friends, everybody knows each other, and they leave their doors open and kids are running around going to the baseball fields, and then they're coming back at you know at night, and now it's like you don't stay out. You know, they want everybody. Kids need to be back by a certain time because there's so many creeps running around.
yeah, true that. Oh, what the fuck? Neighbor's backing up. It's weird. What's she doing? You been drinking, lady?
So that
The hell
yeah,
you?
she's a woman. She don't know what she's doing over there when she's
Yeah,
driving.
we're gonna be cutting that as well. Be cutting that as well. You son of a gun. Uh,
Maybe you might be right. You might be right about that one.
but at the same time, like yeah, you know what I mean. Like you're not exactly wrong. You know what I'm doing? Why I'm distracted? Because the Zoom thing is telling me that my free subscription is going to end the call in a few minutes, and I'm trying to like quickly add a payment method to upgrade the Zoom thing, uh, which I think is pretty
Way
good.
to come prepared.
Uh, But this is good because one has to do these. I mean, one has to just like jump in and then because otherwise it's like if you try to prepare too much.
You got little lightning fingers over there, honey. You just typing away, getting that payment method set up.
That's exactly what's going on. But you can continue to what's on your
I don't
mind.
even know what I was in lightning on. You distracted me with your payment methods.
Actually,
So,
I distracted you with the neighbor backing up, which if you
oh,
was weird.
I know.
A car just went by me in front of me. I'm in a driveway and I'm facing the road, and a car just went in reverse down the road in front of me. Like out of sight it came and it was reversing, and then it just continued on in reverse. If that's not fucking noteworthy, I mean, what the fuck is? You know what I'm saying? That's
I
what I
don't know
want.
what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. I think you're overthinking it.
I
I
don't
think you're
think so.
overthinking it.
I really don't think so, man. Uh,
Tell you what, though,
God, this takes
we got
forever.
to
This is so boring to try to.
segue into
Tell me what you've been up to, man.
a little bit of Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do
But
that with focus.
I don't know. I haven't been up to much to be completely honest. Maybe get
How
back into working out again.
are you thinking about
Become
that?
the become the Schwartz. What the hell did you call me?
Clinton Schwarzenegger. That's what I called you, man. and I would say that was accurate.
You, it was you first, and then you met me, and we were like each other's arch nemesis because you heard about me and you're like, oh, who's
Yeah,
this guy? And
that
then I
was,
heard about you, and I'm like, so I heard you got a peak on your bicep. Why don't you show me what that's all about? And you flexed your arm, and I was like, bro, what do you take? Nothing, just some creatine.
and that was
Yeah, I
true,
do.
of course.
And I'm like, damn, dude. And then I started, well, I was already working out though, kind of. And we heard about each other and it became some competitive thing. And that was the first phase that you ever had when we met. And it was that phase. And then it went to, I,
Yeah, I do. Okay, when I upgraded. Son
thank you for upgrading. Please restart your Zoom meeting.
that's probably exactly what the fuck this is, right?
Your session has ended. Please restart Zoom to continue your purchase
This is
of
outrageous.
Zoom subscription.
It's not fair.
Hey, what
Was
you
Anakin, by the way.
what happened to Michael? You guys had a falling out, did you not? Because I don't
I need
I
more
don't
than 3 minutes to get into this because this
you
call is
went
on.
into detail about it the last time you were here when you had your family epiphany with me.
Oh yeah,
We got deep that night too.
I know we should have been recording that one.
That was a good night. You
Agreed.
never, dude. I'm still salty, as the children say,
Yeah,
that we didn't record that night when we were high, and I put on that whole freaking comedy skit about Mike Day.
bro,
That was
I don't even
that was
remember what the comedy was about. I just remember feeling also like both Spress and I still remember that because the way that like we both never have laughed so hard. It was crazy. Like what the
it
fuck
was
ever
just
that was like
that's what I'm saying.
that was a
It was
masterpiece
it
of a
was amazing.
yeah. It
I
was.
loved it,
It was.
and like I still remember parts of like what I was saying, but I was like high, and I was just like in God mode right there.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to go on tour with this, man. And I'm like, did you I said, please tell me you recorded this. You just look at me and shake your head. No, man, I didn't. This is what you said. This is just one of those things that is probably just meant to be a memory. And I'm like, no, bro, you just suck at recording the best shit.
But I was so
So
in the
many,
fucking moment, you know what I mean? It's like it's tough.
so many good things. Oh, there's plenty more that it's just one of those things though. Like we just have to be recording
It's true.
all the time with us. Like even the night when we were at Zorba's,
Oh my God. Well,
when
thank God I got that
when you
video though.
oh you did get that that's
And it was
yeah
like,
you got
yeah. And then also like I was zooming in on the guy, so there was a lot of like the video matched the vibe, you know what I mean? Like that it was pretty fucking hilarious. I mean to us at least. I don't know. When I watch that video, I think it's hilarious. But you
yeah
kind of have
that
to get out of context. I don't know what people I think it's hilarious.
I think it's funny. I
Yeah.
thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But we
And
also have
also
our
yeah.
inside jokes and we just kind of sit there and look at each other. Oh shit, I got hiccup. And we're just like we just know. And everybody around us is probably like, what the fuck is wrong with these two?
Agreed. Hey, I'm gonna stop recording. Give me a second. God, we used to remember like what we entitled
Yes.
scenarios.
Oh my God. We
They,
haven't done one of those scenarios in a while. Well, we don't. How did we ever even get into those? Like, we would just go into our own little world,
yeah,
and it was like an escape from actual reality.
yeah, and it was
Where
like
we?
Yeah,
We
and then
just,
I'm like this, and you're like, it was like describing something that we were, seeing.
I feel like that's an ancient art we've maybe lost.
I think so too. Yeah, it's a form
Maybe,
of entertainment pre-social media, pre-scrolling, pre-like dopamine.
yeah, it is.
You know,
It's like, oh, we don't need it now. We'll just scroll. We don't need to come up with scenarios.
yeah. And scenarios. What are scenarios? Essentially, stories.
Yes.
It's
But they
storytelling.
were always so random, whether it was about with Star Wars or it was like just some, it was usually with us, so it was always about women.
Well, I think it was about women, but it was also about like our personalities if you extrapolate them to the future. It's like me old or you
Oh, it
old.
was.
And
Well,
especially with
now,
like certain things in mind, like if this happens, then this is
oh
the
my God,
right
yeah, we
version.
do that. We'd be sitting there 16 years old and be like
Yeah,
talking about when we're 30 or how we'd be,
yeah,
and
but
we'd
we
be
were
acting it out.
mostly talking about when we were like really old, and it was like, God, what would it be? I mean, I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think if we had a voice. I mean, I don't think both of us were doing Dean's voice, so I probably was just like, yeah, Clint. No, hey, Clint. Everything turns into Dean. I just don't.
Oh,
But I think
what
like
the
when we
hell? That's not my voice here for there. Who the hell doing that
not no
down here for
who's
there?
on to hooting and nannies, and it's like,
Hootin' and nannies. I got hootins and nannies, and I nanny the hootin' and
but I
nannies
never
here for
hooting to
there.
nanny. I would
Who
never.
hoots there? Who hootin' around here?
Who be hooting?
You hootin' here for there?
You boys hooting down there?
What
Hooting
the
the
hell you
nannies?
doing down there doing hootin'?
The hooting is down there. You be the
And the
hooting.
down
Clinton,
there for who?
Clinton.
You just spit. Fucking just came flying up. He's into it now. Bro.
Stop hooting down there. Your
I'm
grandma and I try to sleep. You've been hooting. You're hooting the nannies down there.
shut up, Grandpa.
You don't
Shut the hell
understand
up.
me. No, I'm kidding. You wouldn't say that, but like if you translate it, there was a lot of like your responses were like the code in our way, like whatever your way was. But if it's just like basically the vibe you were giving them was like you wouldn't understand. You
You'll
know,
never get it. What the hell's going on down there?
I get more than you think I get, Clinton. Yeah,
You
you
don't.
think I just killed these beavers off a whim? You don't think I understand things?
That's gonna. That just. That just lives in your mind rent free.
The
I got him.
beavers.
They have them beavers out there. I think I got him.
I got them damn hooting the beavers. I
They've
got
been
them damn.
hooting and hollering. I finally got them beavers that hooting away out there. Damn beavers.
Grandpa, those beavers are a protected species. They're a
Fucking,
rare beaver that's going extinct.
you're just shooting them right off the deck in your whitey
Shooting
tighty
the
underwear.
nannies. I'll be
It
shooting
don't.
the nannies.
It don't matter who's doing what there. Them damn beavers be hooting and a nannying out there, and I'm just sick of the hooting and
They be
the.
hooting and I be shooting. That's what's going on.
I be, I be shooting cause they hooting out there. Them damn nanas.
You don't seem to understand, Clinton. I
Shut up,
always
Grandpa.
like just shorten the Clinton. They're like, "What are you doing, Clinton?" It's almost like it's like the the last part of it is
You
from this
can't
quote.
shorten yours. What the hell? Call, call Clinton.
But that,
Clinton
that
out there.
actually, but that is significant to me because that actually was tripped me out. Because if I ever heard him say Cole, it got too real for me. Because it'd be like, "What the hell you doing, Clinton and Cole?" And then also, and then
Or
you gotta emphasize like because in order to say it,
or the hell you doing, Clinton and Cole out there?
oh, you know who he never probably yelled at ever? Caleb. Imagine your grandpa saying,
Oh,
"What the hell you doing, Caleb?
he would
Caleb?"
he would be like, Clinton, what the hell's going on? Hey, Caleb, how you doing there?
How's
Yells everybody else's
your dad,
name,
Caleb? How's
but
your dad?
Caleb's name.
Caleb was like, "What the fuck, dude? That's like got to be like he's like the Darth Vader of our little universe, like the sort of chosen one who actually became like the most unchosen one. Like, what the fuck happened with that? That's like a weird. That's a good thing to remember. Like when you have kids, it's like because if you talk to any of his friends, or if you talk to any teachers, if you talk to authorities, like I bet Julie Lawrence loved that guy. Everybody who you would think would be a good determining, like, oh yeah, oh, he's got everything going for him. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying he was like had everything going for him, but like in at least to you and me, he seemed like a very upstanding citizen who like did his homework and like showed up on time and was diligent, but also had a good sense of humor. And you could imagine Caleb becoming like I could imagine right now, based on how I thought of him at that time, I could imagine like, oh yeah, Caleb, he basically runs his own little local bank. Like and it's actually growing, and he's
He
actually a
went.
millionaire, but it's like it's a local bank, and like and he's successful, and like he's sponsoring the kids volleyball teams and shit, like, and he's like putting on potlucks and whatever. Like I would have imagined
Fucking
that he'd be
hot
like,
luck.
yeah,
Bro, the last time we talked about Caleb, how do we go from him being a super agent in the military working for the government to a lonely bank owner who does potlucks?
yeah, but I'm saying Caleb could have been any one of okay. The thing about him being an agent was more like if we try to make sense of the reality now. But I'm saying how we perceived him was that he could be that. The way we perceived him at that time was more like Caleb's going to turn into like some
He
successful kind of guy, probably at a local level, because he's not that adventurous, but like he's still, open-minded and has some drive. Right? Am I wrong on this? Like, is that not how you
no.
perceived him?
No, I pretty perceived him pretty much the same exact way, I
Yeah.
feel like. But I was always surprised when that one night we got him to come over and smoke with us.
Are
And that
you
was the
are you saying that that was the beginning of the end for Caleb?
yes. You know the beginning of the end for Caleb was
Don't blame
Lo-
the woman.
Laura.
Yeah, no, no. We listen, man. Here's the thing. Even if that's true, the man, it's like fuck, man. We can pin all of our troubles to some other person, and it's like some chick or whatever. Like, but and at the end, like there must have been signs and patterns. It couldn't be one any given thing. It must have been that we didn't really know Caleb. That's what this has proven. We
Well,
thought we
see,
did,
it's
but we
it's
didn't.
weird though because I went from like knowing him because we were like
Yeah,
best
because you
friends for
guys
the
were
longest
really,
time,
yeah, you guys were
and
super good.
then once we got into high school, it's like I don't even know who this guy is.
But then again, in high school, we did still hang out a little bit like that. That is when you and I and him interacted the most, because that's when you and I reignited our friendship. And so we didn't hang
Yeah,
out with Caleb in high school, but we hung out with him outside of high school, like in the real world, right? That's the way I remember it. Like at that
the
time, he
real
was
world Park Rapids.
yeah, but he was in like the sports and whatever, and like so his school persona
Yeah,
was those were the people he associated with. But like after school or on the weekends or outside of school, he was around us a lot, actually. I'm not saying a lot like compared to how much you and I hung out, but like Caleb was like a regular fixture for quite some time, I would say. And
yeah,
so
he was.
and like I don't really buy that idea that like okay when and then we got to high school and like okay no but he got involved with the sports and of course he's working with those people in the sports or whatever, but it's almost like they become work colleagues, but we were like his actual friends, and specifically you guys,
Yeah,
you know but I came into that later, because you and I had reestablished a friendship, and then Caleb got brought into that, and then you guys had a pre-existing friendship which got kind of melded together, which is great. But I mean, what actually happened is like we all graduated and then bam.
he just disappeared
Yeah.
like out of thin air, like
Yeah.
just
Which means that
poof,
the
gone.
but how does that happen? Because
Poof.
that would imply that the whole context for even why he and you and I were friends was that it was all dependent upon school, but that doesn't really check out because we were friends outside of school primarily, so you would have thought that he would have kept up with the outside of school vibe. Like, but what the fuck happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
He's a super agent.
Yeah, he's.
I think he became a super agent and he just uses his bank persona and potlucks as the cover up for what he's really become.
Or was he recruited? Because, dude, I think we talked about this before, but do you not remember that literally the Navy came to your grandparents' house and tried to recruit me? Do you remember that?
Yeah, they were weird.
Bro, how would they
They were
know I was there?
weird, bro.
They tracked me down at a friend's house, not my own family's house, at a friend's house, and it was like your grandpa. I remember because we were like a little bit troublemakers at that time, and your grandpa was like, Clinton, what? And it was like, Clinton, the Navy here, the Navy is here to talk to Cole. And I was like, and then, dude, like when that got to me, like, cause I was down there with you, like, I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on right now? Because I think we were like thinking like, oh, the cops. I think that was like the time of the Cody Paulson thing and everything. Like there was so much,
Oh
we were like
God.
no good. And I was like, bro, I felt like I was tripping. Like I was like, dude, are we stoned right now? What is going on?
We probably were.
Going up there, okay, and having a conversation alone with them in your grandparents' kitchen, and your grandpa, like, of course, like he was probably like, he was he like fucked off because he was like the Navy's here. I mean, come on now, and he was a veteran, right, of some kind.
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
Oh, he was in the Navy. That's
Yeah.
even weirder, bro. Okay, so he was in the fucking Navy.
Oh,
Did
no,
he call
Dean
the Navy?
Stearns. He was in the Navy.
Okay, so I'm having a conversation with them, and they're
I'm
telling me
dying.
like, Cole, what are your plans for the future? Like we're from the Navy, and I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about the Marines and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe, but by then I had already changed my mind on that. I don't know if you remember that I had a phase where I was thinking I was going to join the Marines. Probably like Halo made me feel that way. It was like. Like I'm gonna be Master
Oh,
Chief or some shit.
Master
One of
Chief.
my phases like Batman or whatever. But so I'm talking to these guys and they're like, you know, we were impressed by your ASVAB score. The thing is, if you join the Navy, you could come in as an officer right away. You could come in, like do the thing, officer training, blah 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 blah, do this all the blah blah blah. Here's the thing, and I'm not saying I'm only saying that for the record because that's what was said. This is the exact same thing I tell Shpressa. I was like, but the weird thing to me was what that made me think about years later is like throughout my whole, even at that time, which maybe I don't know how much we talked about that, but at that time, like my internet search was so full of like conspiracies and all this kind of shit that I do wonder sometimes was like that whole tracking me down at a friend's house. Like, I don't want to be, I don't want to sound narcissistic in this, but there is a part of me that's like, how, because like look at China has like 1 billion people and they are able to like keep track of their citizens and whatever. Like people say like, why would you be important? It's like, well, I don't know how many people were looking at those websites. Maybe I was part of just like 100,000 people that even ever visited those websites. But I do have this like suspicion sometimes that I triggered something when I was doing all this like conspiracy stuff, and that little Navy thing was like a little bit of like a, okay, this is one thing where we can like, I mean, okay, this guy's identified himself as somebody who's like looking at a bunch of weird information that most people don't ever look at. And it's better to have him sort of like on our side and indoctrinate him to the system than, and again, I'm not saying this is probable. I'm just saying sometimes this crosses my mind.
You are in like you are in like the deepest rabbit hole I have ever heard you talk about. Like you are so far deep in it right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like that Navy thing. Actually,
I
I
can
do look back on
your
it and I think
your
about.
foiled hat is bright. It's
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, but that's
blinding
fine,
me.
bro. But that's fine because again, what do we do? Scenarios like that's a scenario that's kind of funny. Like, let's imagine that was the scenario. What are the what is if that then what? It doesn't matter if it's true, but it's like if that then what, right? It's kind of an interesting thought, and because it also makes me think like,
Well, why would they? I mean, it was really weird though that they would track you down
Yeah,
like
because does that
so
ever happen to
hardcore.
anybody
Like
else? I've
like
never heard of that.
what if you were like I wonder what would have happened if you weren't at my place and say you were at like somebody else's place who you weren't like good friends with or something. And
Yeah,
if they would have still been able to track you down.
exactly. Exactly. That's a good question. I mean, and
So it's like
we don't know the answer to that, of course,
so
but
did they just go in their little database and they're like they have all this shit on there and they know like how would they know to come
and that at that moment, like it wasn't even like if somebody said like, "Oh, he hangs out with this guy Clinton," but even that's weird. Is like imagine the U.S. Navy asking like some kids like, "Do you know how to get a hold of Cole Randall?" Like, how the fuck did they even get that information? Nobody's given me a like. It's not like my mom was like, "Yeah, somebody showed up at the door. It was from the Navy, and then I sent them to Clinton's house." It was like there was no intermediary. My grandparents were in the cities. My mom was at Mike's house. They knew where to go and that I would be there. I mean, or they got lucky, but still, who told them that I would be there? Like, was it it could have been a teacher. Maybe they just got lucky. Like maybe they talked, again, like
got
take the
lucky.
oil.
They just came to this random friend's house because he was there. Bro, I'm not buying it.
But that's what I'm
They
saying. I ain't
they
buying
had to have known something. Like
it.
they had
Exactly.
tabs on you, bro.
Yeah. No. And that's the thing is like, and I know you're sort of fucking with me a little bit, and that's fine because
Well,
like,
no.
but you should understand that I don't take this that seriously either. Like in my mind, like the only way that I can look at this stuff and not be a crazy person is like I give this like in the realm of probability, I give it less than I would say I give it around less than 20% probability. So do you have to understand that in my mind this is a scenario, but it's like there are a lot of things that flow from that which do sort of make sense and add up. Because like and I've told you I don't know if I've ever told you this, but like I was at a festival with Greta one time and yeah, we had taken like some mushrooms or something. So
Yeah.
that being said, like of course, full disclosure, I was under the influence of something, so I can't trust my perceptions that much. But the weird thing about it was that my perceptions were met with real, physical, tangible things, which was we were at this festival. It was like a hippie festival, and I got this big, strong feeling. I was like looking around at all the symbolism and everything, and I was like, "This is like this whole festival feels like a psyop." Like a psychological operation. And I said that to Greta. I was like, look at all the stuff. No, but here's the thing. I was like, look at all the symbols.
Pros on mushrooms. It's a psyop, Greta.
No, but it wasn't. But at that time, nobody was even talking about psyops. Like now, it sounds like a fucking cliche. But at that time, it was like that sounded like schizophrenia or whatever. But now we know psyops do happen. And so I'm walking around and I'm going, this is fucking weird. And it was weird. Like, let me be real, because I actually made a post on there's a website above Top Secret. I don't know if you remember it. There's like a conspiracy like forum, kind of like a Reddit
Okay.
for conspiracies. And I made
Right.
a post, and every now and again, like after a few years, I'll remember this whole incident and I'll go back and like I can still find my original post, which has all the details. Because I was like, somebody, and I never posted on there. It was my first and only post. I was like, I'm convinced that this was a psyop, but somebody tell me that I'm wrong here. Like, tell me that I'm wrong.
Well,
But listen, this is the crux of it. So I'm talking to Greta. I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm giving a whole, like, I don't say anything for the longest time. I don't say anything, right? And I swear to God, hand to God, this happened. Okay. Because like when I took mushrooms, it was micro dose. I mean, I didn't take a lot. It's just I have told you this before. Like I don't, it doesn't take much weed for me to get stoned. It's just like a thing. I'm sensitive to that stuff. So we're standing
yeah.
there. I'm giving her a whole monologue about this is a fucking no. I says like, look at what's going on here. This is like this is a psyop. This is da 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 da. Look what they're pushing here. This whole thing is weird, you know. And I kid you not. And Greta was like, okay, yeah. And I kid you not, two people from the festival, swear to God, Clinton, a guy comes up behind me, puts his arm on my shoulder. He's dressed in a black he works at the festival. Another girl comes up on the side of Greta puts her arm around her, and they both are like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And we were like, "Uh, it's it's cool, it's going." And they were like, "Cool, you want to take a picture? It's for the festival." And then all of a sudden, a third guy just appears. He's got a camera. He takes a picture of us, and then they all just are like, "Yeah, thanks for being here," and they all walk away. And I was like,
That
I
is a little
swear,
weird.
I swear to God that this happened. Again, you can, you could say like that's just you were paranoid, and then you just coincidentally this weird thing happened that you could consider weird, and I accept that that's possible. This one I give like a 50-50. I don't know, but like to me that was fucking weird. And so I don't know, man. Like I don't know how extensive like
I don't know. All
I
I
don't know
know
how
is that
extensive these surveillance systems are, and like how much agents they have on the field and what they care about and who they think is important. It's not about who's important. It's just like, are you on a short list? I mean, I would imagine even you're on a short list, because it's like, I mean, how many people actually even talk about this kind of stuff, or like whatever, like stuff that, it's just like the average person, like they could be 50 years old and they've never
they
heard
don't they
about
don't
the
talk about anything like that. Not
exactly. So
usually.
like, it's not even like a, it's not even
Now
like
you've got me. Now you've got me interconnected on a short list
oh
with
no,
your.
but like if what I'm saying is true, then you would have already been on that short list for a long time, and maybe for your own reasons. Don't like let's not just assume it was. What if we were both destined to be on a short list, but and then that's actually like, like, oh, okay, a good little data point for them is shortlist people tend to find each other and interact. I who's to say? I mean, I wouldn't assume that you would not be on a short list. I mean, you've got things that
Oh, I probably am. I look
yeah,
up weird shit all the time.
yeah,
Whoops.
exactly. And I'm
When I
just saying,
get
like, I
bored.
don't know how advanced their little algorithms have been even before people
I feel
thought that.
like you were on a short list before everybody was on the short list. I feel like everybody nowadays is probably on a short list just because of internet
Well, yeah,
at
but
this
then the
point.
problem is that like then I'm on an even shorter list now, because now I'm somebody who has some kind of public platform. So now,
This
like,
is true. If there's gonna be anybody that would probably be on the shortest list, it'll be you because yeah, you have the whole public platform now and everything.
right, but I do also feel that like the public platform, my
I
experience in
literally
this,
just repeated what you said. That's all I just did. I just realized that. You were like, because I was on a public platform. And I'm like, yeah, you're
yeah,
on a
good
short
little
list because you
strategy.
have a public platform. Good observation. Thanks.
You would make a good fucking CIA agent, bro, because that's exactly what those motherfuckers would have to do, right? Wouldn't they?
Re-question
No, but
everything.
they would have to have this like strategy of being like mirroring, like, oh, you said this, so now I'm gonna kind of repeat it back to build familiarity and blah blah blah. It's like one of
Maybe I
the
am an agent,
maybe,
and I
maybe
don't even know it yet. Maybe we're both agents, and we've
yeah.
been MK Ultra'd.
But what's funny? I love that narrative as a like. I hope it's not the case, but I do kind of love that narrative as like a device for expanding your thoughts about certain things. Like, for instance, we had this crazy fan reach out to us recently, and I'm so glad we're recording, because this is something I would love to tell you, and I would have never thought to tell you, but I went full like black pill or whatever. Um, there's this chick, and I want to read her emails, because if anybody would understand and appreciate it, like I tried to show Spressa these, and she was like, this is so fucked up. I don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, but it wasn't really that it's fucked up, like in the sense of like really fucked up, but it's just fucked up in the sense of being like, it's crazy. Like, so the highest probability is that this chick is just crazy, because schizophrenic people exist, right? And
Yeah.
schizophrenia exists, and like that can happen,
My
right?
God, what the hell did she say? For good Lord.
No, but that's the thing. If I tell you what she said, you would be like, uh No, but we're gonna see. I'm actually glad that we got into this because I really want to share this with you. I'm gonna smoke. This is a mix of a little bit of weed and a little bit of tobacco, which is something I started to do based on the UK. That the only way that they smoke weed is they do spliffs, and that is a mix of
Oh,
tobacco. So, but don't let me forget about this crazy chick. Let me just make a mental bookmark there.
mental bookmark, crazy chick. Got it.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay.
Why the tobacco?
Well, you know, as I
Take
said,
your rip first before
I'm
you.
quite psychologically sensitive to weed, and I do notice that the tobacco kind of like mediates that a little bit.
Oh,
But also, I hate nicotine. I'm like almost allergic to nicotine. Like I can't
when I'm
do it.
done, maybe.
Oh, do we need to wrap this up?
No.
All right. So let me read you this stuff because this is like a rabbit hole, dude, and I think your brain is gonna go crazy with this as well. I don't think it's just me. I mean, like as I said, if we think in terms of probability, let's just accept the premise
So
that
you're
most
gonna
likely
you're gonna
this.
read this to me, and you want to hear my reaction?
I do. I mean, as we go, like I don't have to monologue it. I'm gonna start, and you can comment on it as we go. Like it's a free flowing thing, but I do want to just like yeah, I do want to share it with you. All right, so we go in here because my computer battery has 31%, so that's going to be our natural cutoff. So I need to be a little bit more time efficient. All right, what was her name? What the fuck was her name? Okay,
I
whatever.
love that you saved this shit.
Yeah, because I'm also
Most
like
people won't do that. Then you have something to look back on and be like, have a story to tell about it.
but this just happened like in the last 2 weeks, bro. Like
Oh,
2 or 3 weeks ago. But I saved him.
oh,
Espresso was like, just block this person or whatever. Her perspective was very different. But I don't want to give too much away about her perspective because I want you to react naturally. But she had a very different perspective, which I think was very valid and very sane and rational. But she was kind of like, just block this chick. And I was like, yeah, but if she's like actually genuinely like forget all the shit about like MK Ultra and weirdness, but if
mm-hmm.
she's just a crazy fan, I kind of want like I want to know, like I want her to be able to write me if she's gonna say something really freaky or threatening. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I see you're gonna be in this town and I'm gonna meet you. I mean, I don't want that to be blocked. I want to know that she's doing that. But
Valid.
okay, let's get into fuck, what was her name? This is also creepy. I can't remember her fucking name, and I remember names like what was her name? Okay, I gotta remember a keyword. What did she say? Uh, what's the beef stick called? When you have a beef stick, like you buy it at a gas station, it's like a
Jack Links,
yes, but it's not. No, it's not Jack Links. It's
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. Thank you. Yeah, now you're seeing how weird this is. There we go.
Yeah, I'm beginning to
Her name is
already.
Katie. Her name
From
is Katie Moran. And I want you to just take note, like only interrupt if you feel like you really have something substantive to say. But if you don't interrupt, I'm going to give you the full thing. Okay.
Okay.
But you're okay to interrupt at any time. This is how it starts. I'm going to give you a whole timeline. Sunday, May 25th, 2025.
Damn.
She writes us through our website. So she doesn't have our actual email address. It's like a redirect, right?
Yeah.
Says, Dear Flora Cash, do you have John's email who sang Hopeless Wanderer? I used to watch him sing. I can't find him on Facebook. I know he is not Cole and Sherpa. Tell him Katie Moran loves him and misses him. A dog came in my house to snuggle me when my electric went out, like we talked about. Love Flora Cash. Love Katie Moran. And she has her phone number in there and everything. And by the way, I've already verified she's a real person. I found her address and everything. I already figured all this out. She's her actual person, and that's her actual phone number. And I found her address. She really lives in like Pennsylvania. Okay, so she's not a bot, and she's not like whatever an Indian guy. That being said, me and Espressa did a cover of Hopeless
Oh,
Wanderer,
hello, Core.
which is context. So
Core,
we
let
did
me talk to you. I'm a crazy fan. I want to get to know you better.
exactly. So now here we
Please
go.
let me. Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready? Next
Yes,
day.
I'm ready. Go ahead. Anytime you'd like.
Next day, Monday, 5/26, 2025.
I'm gonna, as you read this, I'm going to be hearing her now as an Indian chick.
No, but
So
don't do that. Actually, see her as like a crazy cat lady for the moment. Like a chick
okay,
who's like got no friends and she's got cats surrounded by her and she's about our age and she's skinny and lanky. That's what I'm imagining. And she's got
you're
long hair. It's a little bit unkempt. And yeah, Dear Colin Sherpa.
pearly too.
I'm gonna tell you how she misspells Spress's name as well. It's very,
Yep.
it's very like, yeah. Dear Colin Sherpa, I cannot add you on Facebook. Do you guys ever want to meet up or be friends still? I am not sure if you remember me. Katie Moran in Pittsburgh, Mount Washington. I hope you guys are doing well. Love your songs and album. I don't have an email or phone number to ask if you know anyone with a better Slim Jim or help to open a secret passage in my house. I think you guys stopped by once before you bought your place. I know you met my mom. Okay, well, my phone number is 412-334-0338. Love, Katie Moran. I'm going to continue.
This chick is like full on.
But let's continue.
Okay.
Dear Cole. Now you see what she's doing? It's not Dear Cole and Sherpa. It's Dear Cole now. This is still Monday, 5/26, 2025. Dear Cole, hi, how are you? I was wondering, are we still friends? I know you are married to Sherpa and remember meeting your kid and seeing your place in Mount Washington. I did not know if you still lived there or like me. I was concerned you were upset and I did something off-putting. I remember you used to talk to my mom in Baldwin for me to help. I talked to
Is
your
this
parents.
real?
I swear to God.
What is happening?
I know. That's why I'm saying. I'm so glad that I can share
What
this
is
rabbit
even
hole.
going on right now?
We're just beginning.
Oh my God. Okay.
I talked to your parents a few times. I was wondering, is everything okay with you guys? I'm looking for a job and did not receive unemployment, but I'm okay. My dad passed away a long time ago. Anyway, I don't know if you even get these emails at all. Have a wonderful day. Love, Katie Moran. Dear Cole, this is Katie. I think you forget who I am. You used to live behind Subway across from Brentwood Shopping Center. Does your mom still live there? Do you remember when your mom had a baby and I thought it was mine? So what did you say to my mom, Patricia? Are you mad? I thought her nose looked big like yours and she looked cute like me. Sorry, I was not sure.
You
Someone
know
came.
what this you know what this reminds me of right
What?
now? Is the song Stand by Eminem with the crazy fan, and he's sitting there writing to Eminem, like, but this chick is on like a whole nother level of.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but all that I would say is like I'm giving you a lot of information, right? But look for patterns. That's all I'm gonna say because that's where because I've read these multiple times and like just look for patterns. Like what is she repeating? What is coming through here? Again, like I'm just saying, if we entertain this thing of like, is she trying to
Right.
tell me something? Is it a
Okay.
coded message? Is it a coded message? Because it's so absurd and so weird that you almost have to assume it's a code. So here we go. And again, now this is like, I'm talking like, I believe there's like less than a 10% chance that's true. So just understand that I'm not sitting here thinking that's what I think, but I'm just saying,
Well, now you planted the seed.
yeah, I
All
know.
right,
So
here we
because I
go.
want that seed to be planted, I want you to entertain that as a possibility so we can discuss it because it's a funny scenario. And it's, I
Okay.
mean, or not funny, but okay, sorry, I was not there. Someone came in the house and kept trying to take my purple baby blanket and then said it was the dog's, like the baby was my kid or that Pam was going to steal it and give it to her. Are you mad at me? Do you miss working at Subway together? I was not sure if I upset you or if you thought I was crazy because we were 16 or if I did not look cute enough to get invited to Flora Cash stuff. I yelled at my mom that I needed more weight pills and face pills. For some reason, I keep having kid thing happen. I'm not sure if you can help me or don't like me anymore. I just got a box of clothes with a Betty Boyle face on a black t-shirt, and some of them are polyester. The same clothes from when I was 12. Lisa says mom and Jim are in a home and did not get to drive to 611 Gene to double check if they are telling the truth and conveniently don't have extra gas money. I can't get in my bank at First National City because they keep saying they can't find it. I don't know if you fixed this or can't because Lisa is hard to deal with. Okay, well, let me know
Who
if you want to talk again.
who are all these people?
Yeah, exactly, bro. So I'm just saying, take mental notes. We're not even.
Well, I am. It's and there's. It, I keep hearing baby a lot, and
Yeah,
like children, and Subway is a big thing here.
yeah. And Slim Jim was the first time we heard it. That's the
Well, it
one
went from like sounding like a little crazy, and then
full
it
blown,
went to like
full
Slim
blown.
Jim, and now it's just like
Now it's an avalanche of crazy. Yes. So here we go. Katie Moran, 5/29/2025. Hi, how are you? I was wondering, do you not like me anymore? I don't get what I did wrong. I was like, I did not have like a baby with you or your friends. So I was not sure if something was said about me or that you didn't want to warn me what is going to happen. I thought you wanted me to go to the Moran home because I get fat like Sherpa. I am sick of hearing people talk about my friend Carrie, and she is a different Jewish, and Melanie messing up my life by accident because of her sister. So you know how to help or get my money, Mom and Jim, to be nice to me. Sorry for the long email. Love, Katie Moran. Next one. Katie Moran, Saturday, 5/31/2025. Dear Colin Sherpa, this is Katie Moran that lives. No. Maybe I went back to this one. All right. Wait, no. Where did I start? Oh, did she repeat herself? She must have repeated herself because this is 5/31.
maybe
Oh,
she sent it
oh,
twice on
she
accident.
does. Okay, sorry. This is Katie Moran that lives in Mount Washington by Grandview Park. I'm not sure if you consider me friends still. I forget how to open my chamber downstairs. Did you or say you hit the back of the wall 50 times, not 10 to 20? Someone took my Slim Jim and I need the stiffer one, and my bank says they can't find my money. I was not sure if I puke, help me. By the way, the celebrity I am is the little girl in the movie The Poltergeist. Don't tell anyone so I don't get sued. I had to go to so much kid therapy after that scary movie. I did a ton of movies and I am in Tommy Knockers and got hit in Tommy Knockers. I miss doing movies and making money and getting a cool racial shot. I used to sing in Lucana Coil and some other bands. I sell art. I decided you didn't know who I am because you looked tall and like Jewish, like my cousin Sarah, and not like me one day. Anyway, hope the kid in the house is good. I hope you are both doing well. So the annoying thing about that is like Express and I bought like a new house in the last couple of years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's some like fluidity here that is actually like
Weird.
there's a bunch of like stuff that makes no sense, and in between all this bullshit, there's things here and there that are like
Yeah, what is it
that
saying?
that makes sense
Yeah,
a
it's like
little bit.
signal in a noise. It's like a big, it's like that's why I say it reminds me of a coded message because the first thing it's supposed to do is to make the person like, if it's good coded message, it should make me think this is kind of crazy, like this is bullshit, because that's what everybody else is going to think. And then
Right.
it's like, okay, if this person is able to understand that, then what is the next level of encryption?
Well, I mean, to be honest, like I don't think I don't know, like I don't think you can be that crazy.
Yeah, in a weird way,
You
right?
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
or
is
that's like truly crazy, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe she's so crazy that she's actually trying to put a fucking message, but it's a crazy message. You know what I'm saying? Like that's also a possibility that we have to contend with. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it could be that like she's so deep in her craziness that she knows she's sending a coded message, but the whole premise of the code and the message is crazy. So it's like,
well, it's getting lost in translation, but I guess that would be the point.
yeah, but I'm saying, but that's different from if she was like a trained person who was intentionally sounding crazy. That's the two
Well,
scenarios.
you planted that damn seed, now it sounds
No, but
trained.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but
It's really weird
I think if you,
because
yeah,
there are, I mean, a lot of it doesn't make sense, but then like the end of that, like you said, you got
but
that
it's
new
not
house and
done.
stuff because that
It's not
or
done.
whatever.
She's got one more, and then I want
Okay.
to hear your final thoughts. Saturday, 5/31/2025. Dear Colin Spressa. Now she spells it properly, which is an important note.
That's really weird.
Exactly. And that's
Really
what I'm
weird.
saying. It sounds like a big. I need to decode this because there's so many things. It's like Sherpa, and then it was just Cole, and then it was like Sherpa Fat, and then it was like maybe just Cole, but then it was like Cole and Spressa. It sounded much more like. Now I want you to notice.
Well,
I
the
want
weird
you to
thing is
notice in this message that I got the name right.
the last one she sent you, the end of it made sense, and then the beginning of this last one makes sense because she actually called you by Colin Spressa as opposed to
But now
Sherpa.
listen to it, and I agree with you. Dear Colin Spressa, hi. How are you? By the way, how is Rocker Peggy, your kid, doing? She is cute. Do you still live and work in Pittsburgh, in Mount Washington, or Baldwin? Well, let me know if you get this. I wanted to catch up and ask you some questions, and for a favor, a Slim Jim. Okay. Well, don't pretend you went to jail like last time if you are too busy to hang out or say hello. Have a wonderful day. Love, Katie Moran. Oh my God,
That's creepy, dude.
Well, but I just figured it out. They say that because I had talked with Spress about this for so long, and this answer really disturbs me, but I think it might be true. Fuck, I can't say it. Yeah.
Say it.
No, I can't. I can't speak it out.
What do you mean?
No, I can't speak it out.
But you have to go off the recording then and tell me.
No, but yeah, it's interesting.
Bro.
It's interesting.
You can't leave me in suspense.
Well, okay, listen, what I wanted from you is what are our common themes? Like what I want to know what you think, because there's so many fucking, like, my brain has gone to like 5 different scenarios. I already said
I don't know if I'm not neither high or drunk enough.
No, but I think your sobriety is welcomed
Ugh.
in this interpretation.
So common themes, what do you mean?
Well, I'm saying like
within
what
within the context of what she's talking about?
Yeah, but like what does it leave you with? Like and also, I mean, if we just go back one by one, take some notes. Okay, first message, she said, this is how it all started. Do you have John's email? Who sang Hopeless Wanderer? I used to watch him sing. I can't find him on Facebook. I know he is not Cole and Sherpa. Tell him Katie Moran loves him and misses him. A dog came in my house to snuggle me when my electric went out, like we talked about. Love, Flora Cash. And then she signs off, love, Katie Moran, as she always does. But my thinking here is that she never brings up, I mean, like, what is this thing about John? And this point that she's trying to make, that like John is not us, but he sang Hopeless Wanderer, and we did a cover of Hopeless Wanderer. This is where my brain is gone. If you look at our cover,
you have way more details, so that's
there. Yeah, but that's something I want you to know, these details, because I want to get your real opinion. If you knew what I know, what would you think? Would you think the same thing I do? I don't even know what I think. Or would you be like, point out something that I'm missing? So I want you to have the details. We put out a cover of Hopeless Wanderer. That was one of the first things we did. It was like 2013. This is before I bleached my hair. So I'm wondering if like that has something to do with it. Like Hopeless Wanderer was again, if she's a crazy person, for instance, maybe she gravitated toward this video at some point, and I looked very different. So she's made up a.
Well, I don't know maybe she's not that crazy though, because she has a line of thinking. People who are kind of like that don't even remember what they say, but the context of what she's talking about has like a continuity to it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
In a weird way.
But I'm saying
continuity in what she's saying.
But also then if there's continuity, so there's two sides of a diagram that we got to look at. What is the continuity of patterns, things she mentions multiple times, Slim Jim, like this chamber in the basement. She says this chamber in her basement, bro.
And then she talks about a dark passageway.
Yeah, in her fucking basement. That's the same chamber. It's like a dark passageway, chamber, blah, blah, blah. And a Slim Jim, I looked it up, and on the East Coast where she's from, that basically refers to like a like picking a lock or like a key. It's like a term like yeah, I need like a Slim Jim is like a way to access a thing. It's like slang term over there. It's something about like a key. It's like a they call a key a Slim Jim or something.
Okay, right.
So she's saying like she's literally saying like she could be saying the Slim Jim represents a key. Like where's my Slim Jim? Where's my access to this thing? But I mean, so I'm saying on one category there's that the repetitious patterns, and then on the other side of the diagram it's what does she only mention once? That's
Well,
got to be that's a pattern.
she mentioned Slim Jim only twice.
Well, actually, I think she mentioned yeah maybe, but twice is
At
a
the
lot.
beginning and at the end, though.
Twice is a lot. Let me double check. Second email she says Slim Jim. By the second email she says Slim Jim, but she also refers to a man named Jim, which makes it weird. You know, she says like so she's like, "Hi Cole, how are you? How are you? Blah blah blah." Okay, that one doesn't say anything about Jim, but then the next one, she says, Lisa says Mom and Jim are in a home, and I did not get to drive to 611 Gene to double check if they are telling the truth, and conveniently don't have extra gas money. So she refers to Jim here as I mean, that's she mentions Jim as a person now, but in that same email, I don't see anything about Slim Jim. Then in the next email,
I think Slim Jim and Jim are two separate things here.
I
for
think
sure.
they are, but I'm just saying, like, it's a little bit weird. Like any other name, like, I mean, it's kind of a weird pattern. Like, it's like Slim
This
Jim
is
as a
true.
slang term, and then the name Jim. There's not that many names. I mean, there are a lot of names being mentioned, but it's like
Jim is a very blanket, generic name, though.
I know, but it's like Slim Jim and Jim, and these like short. Every single thing would have to count as like a on purpose kind of thing. Like the direction toward Jim, maybe they were just trying to emphasize, or she or they or whatever was trying to emphasize, like pay attention to Slim Jim.
What was it though that you couldn't tell me?
Uh
You told me, oh shit, I think I figured it out.
no,
But
but I don't want to say because I don't want to influence your perspective, and I really want your perspective. Like, because I have a lot of ideas about this, and I just got a new one, and because I'm stoned and buzzed, I'm like, I figured it out, and it's like, okay, but that's just
you
one.
probably did because you fucking stoned. I
Well,
probably
I
figured
don't
it
think
out too if I was stoned.
I am okay, but she says I'm sick now. Then this next one she brings up, I'm sick of hearing people talk about my friend Carrie, and she is a different Jewish and Melanie messing up
Well,
my
she
life.
mentions Jewish a couple times throughout the whole thing as well, though.
Yeah, because she says I look Jewish, or like whoever she thinks she's talking to. She says, and you look Jewish like my cousin, blah blah blah, or something. We'll get to that. And then she says a different Jewish. So now we have Jewish twice. Yes, and that's a very good point. Uh, And then after this one, this is what does she say? But this is the creepy one because she brings up that she's actually this like little girl in this movie. And that one,
Well, did you ever look into any of that?
yeah, exactly. That took us down a rabbit hole. Like I know about the whole like thing around that movie, but apparently the little girl in the poltergeist that she's referring to actually died at like she was young. As a kid, like, and she actually died during the making of the third poltergeist, and she was just actually like a preteen, like she was a 14 years
Yeah.
old or something. And so like this chick is claiming I didn't even know that. And this chick is claiming to be that child actress. So then you're like looking at like, okay, well, just for the sake of entertaining it, like maybe there was some weird thing and like maybe she faked her I mean not faked her death because I didn't even think about that at that time. But it's like, okay, what does that girl look like? And it was like, oh my God, they really do look a lot alike. Because we found this chick on Facebook. And then for a minute we were like, oh my God, she is that. And it's like some kind of Hollywood weird pedo fucking, shit. And then she got,
Right.
combined with the MK Ultra. I mean, who knows what it is, but something like she got fucking traumatized somehow and maybe assumed a new identity because that probably does happen. I mean, here and there.
Why of all people though?
Yeah, but exactly.
I,
But then it was like it became clear that like that wouldn't really make sense because it was like now the ages don't really line up. And then at the very least, it's like to even invoke that theme is weird. Like to bring up this thing of like the
Well,
fucking
that's a very random. You know how random that is? Like that is the most weird thing. Like who would when somebody's sending who would think of to say some talk about some random movie that most people have forgotten about, that nobody talks about and
yeah,
aren't really aware of the.
but to say that you are the little girl, like by the way,
That's what I'm saying though. That's why it's so. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
no,
it's
I know.
weird
I mean, I know you're
because
agreeing. I'm just
it's such a very specific description, and it's one that actually makes sense out of all the crap that she's talking about.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my god, maybe it is like that. She's like a traumatized like child actress who actually, I don't know. If you want to get really tinfoil hat, like maybe it was a faked death and she was part of like maybe she was sex trafficked with amongst these fucking like elite weirdos, right? The Epstein clients or whatever.
Diddy did it.
Exactly. Like that's becoming more mainstream acceptable that we understand that that actually is going on and people aren't, when we were fucking in
Well,
high
Christ,
school,
we
talk
used to
about the
talk
shit.
about that.
Exactly. And it was like, yeah, but it was like that was like the biggest conspiracy ever back then. And it's like now it's just accepted by the zeitgeist, like everybody knows, but there's nothing you can do because you can't quite prove it, you know? But
Yeah.
and then she said, don't tell anyone so I don't get sued, which is like, okay, so she in her mind has accepted like, yeah, that scenario would mean like that there was a faking of the death and then I assumed a new identity. So you're like, okay, that supports that little theory, but that mean like, does she think that? Because that would be the narrative. Like if she's worried about getting sued by telling us that, then in her mind the scenario is, oh yeah, I was forced to fake my death or it was part of some kind of like,
Well, right.
but it's like, but who even comes up with that? Like that's
Well, I
that
know that's what I'm saying. Like that
exactly.
is it's so specific and so very random. Like, how would you even somebody if they say she is crazy, but how would you even if you're crazy? Like, I don't think you're going to be talking about poltergeist
No,
and
exactly.
freaking
Exactly.
and being a child actor. I mean, maybe being a child actress, but it's not about what it was that she said. It's about the specificity of what she was
Exactly.
talking about.
Exactly. Uh,
Eh,
and yeah, it's fucking weird. But I want to hear like so like where's your brain going? Because I bet you're bouncing around and having a lot of different scenarios, and I just want to hear like real time like work it out, work it out. what what do you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, working it out right now.
Duke
Yeah.
Nukem. You sound like fucking Duke Nukem, bro.
Oh, Duke Nukem.
By the way, good luck getting fucking
I'm
Duke.
here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
But okay,
Anyways,
where are you leaning? I want to know your main like.
you
Okay, this
planted
is
that
it.
fucking code word seed.
But pretend like it's not that. Like
I
because I
can't
also
now.
think
You fucked me up.
let me redirect you.
You damn psychic
It's more
colleges.
likely that she's
It's
a
more likely that she's crazy and there's a lot of coincidence,
yeah, exactly.
you know. But I mean, like, for you to think something else isn't necessarily wrong either, because like I just find the creepiest part of out of all the emails that she has sent is the last one she sent because like she's saying your names right, and she's asking you how what is it how you are and how Rocker is doing and stuff,
Yeah, it sounds
and
like a
that's
threat.
creepy.
It sounds like a threat. I
It's
mean, like
creepy.
let's be real, you know?
Well,
It's
yeah,
creepy.
and that's what I'm getting at when I say it's creepy. Like it sounds like they have tabs on you.
Yeah, it's like saying like, dude, stay within your fucking bounds because, like don't get ahead of yourself here. And there,
How are you? You know, how are you and Espressa and Rocker? I hope you guys are all well. And then they give like a specific or not a specific location, but what do they? What does she mention? The house or
yeah,
your where you live or whatever?
yeah. She
Doesn't she?
says
What did she say at the end? Read it again.
the last thing she says is, "Dear Cole and Spressa, hi. How are you? By the way, how is Rocker Peggy, your kid, doing? She is cute. You two, do
Wait,
you?
is that her middle name?
Yeah."
How does she know that?
On her, like, we have a little Instagram thing where it does say like Rocker Peggy.
Okay.
So and I've dedicated, like, I did a piano quintet suite. It's like 4 songs that are instrumental. I dedicated it to her, and it was called For Rocker Peggy. So yeah, it's publicly available. Like, she could find that information. So
Okay.
that's not that
Okay.
that part doesn't, but still, it doesn't take away anything about the specificity that you mentioned, and also this, like, groundedness, suddenly sounding less crazy, which is, like, actually creepier, right? Like, the fact that she sounds less crazy in some ways makes you feel like, oh, the mask has slipped, or it's like I'm supposed to register this, like I said before, like, the
As a
message.
threat.
Yeah, you're supposed to take it more seriously because now the names make sense or whatever. But everything else is still relevant, which that's the
How long ago did you fire your manager, bro?
just a few months ago. Yeah, trust me, I've already gone down that rabbit hole, and
Dude. Everybody's the CIA with Cole.
I'm not saying that,
Got
dude.
Caleb Brown's the CIA. His coded message is from the CIA. Lenny's in the CIA. Fucking Lenny Kravitz is in the CIA.
Lenny Bruce,
Lenny Bruce is in the CIA. Bruce Lynn Jenner, she's in the CIA.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, he's in the CIA. Oh Christ.
Bro, I might be the only one not in the CIA.
I'm thinking maybe everybody's just out to get you, and because you're not in with the CIA. Even I'm in the CIA, dude. When are you gonna get with the CIA?
I mean, why do we even call anything else? It's like everything is CIA.
Everything is just CIA now.
Why not?
Muskie Days is run by the CIA.
Oh, clearly, man.
We know that.
The muskie symbolizes CIA. That's it, dude.
It's the long contour of the body that represents its contagious effect and hold it has on
Yeah,
the world.
yeah, exactly. I
The
mean, you said it.
contoured body and the scales represent its viciousness
Yeah,
and its protective outer shell
you said
to
it, man.
keep the CIA safe, man. No, I'm not centered. I'm based.
No, I said you said it.
Oh, I'm
But
based,
yeah, dude, basted like a Thanksgiving turkey.
which is the basting came from the CIA.
That's what. Yeah, that's what she said. Does that make sense?
Central Intelligence Agency is
Bro,
all around you.
I want to find my post though from when I was a kid. I gotta find this. I gotta show you this. So we're getting off the Katie subject. Did I fuck it up? Did I go too far off the rails?
Bro, you went so far off the rails that everybody's just now in the CIA at this point.
I went so far off the rails that there's not even a train in sight, bro. It's like,
There's not even it's not even rails anymore. It's a fucking ghost train.
yeah, we've been riding on just sand for about 13 minutes at least.
And I've been fucking dry heaving from all the sand getting in my mouth.
You sound like Anakin right now.
I don't like the sand. It's dirty. It's what is it? It's dirty. And it gets everywhere.
I saw this thing with George Lucas where it was like the kid Jake Lloyd was having trouble with his lines, and he was saying instead of Coruscant, he was like Coruscant, or like Coruscant or whatever. And then he was like, ah, but that's how I've been rehearsing it, and I keep, I keep screwing it up. And then George was like, ah, you know what, man, it's okay if you mispronounce it, it's okay. Like he was frustrated, then he started to feel bad for him, and then the little dude is like, yeah, but but if I pronounce it that way, everybody will laugh at me. And then he was like, no,
Just
they
use
won't.
the
No, they
force.
won't. No, they won't laugh at you. But then at the end of this whole like emotional video, which the whole
They
premise,
will not laugh at you.
no, but the whole premise of this video, like why it was like why Anakin, I don't know, it was like something about like Darth Vader and like whatever. And then at the very end of the video, for like 2 seconds, it showed Jake Lloyd on set playing with sand. You know what I'm saying? It was like just him in the corner, like playing with a bunch of sand. So the whole video was just trying to set you up for this, like, oh man, that was really cute. Like Anakin and George was being comforting. And then at the end, the whole premise is actually that, like, something about the playing with sand because, Anakin doesn't like the sand. Yeah, it was a very meta joke.
You're
Full,
so fucking high right now.
yeah, it's true. It's
You,
true. But not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a way, yes, but in a way, no.
bro, you. I
In a
mean,
way, yes. In a way, no.
I
But you're
that was.
very sober. That's the thing. Like if you had even
I
like,
feel like I look like Arnold right now in the first Terminator. The way my hair is when he goes into when he goes into the motel and he starts cutting his eyes out or whatever.
oh my god,
He's got the
yeah, you
come
do have a
on,
little
do it.
bit.
Come on, just do it here. Cut the one eye here. Come on, you know you want to do it. I'm a bodybuilder. I don't know.
I love that, dude. Arnold, I just saw actor on actor thing. Like his kid is kind of blowing up as an actor. Have you seen
Yeah, I
this guy?
saw that.
White Lotus, I guess, but I haven't seen it, or I don't know anything about it actually.
I don't either, but no, I did. I saw that. Yes.
Yeah,
Um, he's been paving his own way. He said
but I think
because he
he
doesn't want.
has. He said though that and I believe that, like when I saw them talking, I felt genuinely like, I mean, in this day and age, man, like, I don't know, the only advantage that he would have is resources, which is like 90%
Well,
of it.
yeah, and he's got plenty of them. But at the same time, if you think about it, though, when you live in a shadow like Arnold, right? It's
Exactly.
really hard to pave your own way and get out of that shadow because everybody's like, "Oh, you're his son,"
Well, yeah, but not just
but
that,
you're
but
not Arnold.
but it's also a weird shadow because it's not even the same thing as like, oh, my dad was Martin, what is his name, Martin Brandlow or
Martin
whatever.
Luther King.
No, but my dad is, my fucking dad is, Leo DiCaprio or
I like
something.
how
Or
you just chuckled at it.
no, but I swear to God,
You just
that's,
chuckled.
but that's
He's,
it
he's
deserved the
like
chuckle.
he's mid sentence,
It
and I
deserved a goddamn chuckle, but it invoked a chuckle. But imagine like Leo DiCaprio's kid. It's like Jane
oh, oh,
DiCaprio. I
what?
just made that up, but I'm saying Susie DiCaprio.
Marilyn DiCaprio.
Susie DiCaprio, whatever the fucking name is. Now compare that to
Julie DiCaprio.
now imagine the vibe. Okay, scenario. Just be yourself. Just chill. You're chilling, right? You're hanging out. What's up? What's up? Hanging out, doing my thing,
Saw
punching
dude.
walls.
Saw dude.
Hanging out. I've just been playing some
Saw
Quake.
dude.
I've been playing some Quake.
Playing some Halo.
You
Saw
just
dudes. Okay. I'm set. I'm in this. Okay, scenario. Go. I'm being.
I say to you, like I'm gonna give you
He
two
says to
names.
me. He says. He says to me. He says. He says to me. He says.
I'm gonna give you two names, right?
Okay.
Hey, bro, did you see the thing like that Susie DiCaprio is in?
Who the fuck is Susie DiCaprio?
Well, yeah, that's your thought. But now if I say like, bro, come on, you know. Now where does your brain go? DiCaprio. Susie DiCaprio. Who do you
Oh
think of?
yes. Well, I was thinking of Susie DiCaprio, but
But who do you
because
think
now
of?
I feel like she's a real person, and she's
But
gonna blow up soon.
if you no, but she's not. So don't search.
She's
If you
gonna
try to
go
put this,
viral.
if you try to put this together,
No, but that's why I said though I think of Leonardo, I think of Mr. DiCaprio because I can't say his name right now. I think of Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously, but
yeah. So now if I tell you like, oh, and also, bro, have you seen you know, Tony Schwarzenegger in The White Lotus? I mean, okay, ignore my laughter, but I'm just saying, like, when you imagine, like, if I say, like, oh man, Susie DiCaprio was amazing in this, or if I say, like, Jimmy Schwarzenegger was fucking great in this, like, who are you thinking of? Like, whose shadow are you standing in? I'm just trying to say,
you're
like,
standing
I think the guy's job was even harder because Arnold
in the
is such
shadow of
an anomaly.
the Colossus that is
Yeah, but
Arnold.
Arnold, does anybody really think of Arnold as, like, I know he's got some surprising performances, right? But nobody goes like, bro,
I don't know, man.
if you want an
You're
actor,
thinking your line of thinking now. See, now you're wrong, right? Leonardo DiCaprio is without a doubt a far better actor than Arnold. But here's the difference. Arnold is literally and still is considered the biggest action star that there's ever been. Like, you don't know Leonardo DiCaprio for being an action star. So
No.
now I can bring this up and say the same thing, and you're gonna be like, why the fuck would he be in this movie? Now, are you gonna see Leonardo DiCaprio? Why can I not say his fucking name? Are you gonna see him? Could you imagine seeing Leonardo DiCaprio in fucking The Expendables? I mean, come on.
actually, I mean, maybe. You never know if it was.
You're not.
Well, maybe. I mean, he's never
People
really
are gonna
been
be like, why the fuck is he in The Expendables?
I think he could almost pull it off. I think he could pull it off. He's just not been given the chance. But it doesn't matter. I agree with you. I understand your point.
But I mean, he's
But
literally the biggest action star.
But you're proving my point
How?
without realizing it.
I'm not proving your point.
Yeah, you are.
No,
Let me tell you. Okay,
Okay.
You're proving my point because that is actually for somebody who, like, his kid is a serious actor, and all of that is baggage that has nothing to do with. It's one thing if, like, you're a serious actor and your dad was a serious actor. People are going to be like, oh, then it would make sense. But the Schwarzenegger kid, people have a perception that, like, Arnold is, like, iconic and a legend and he's great and, like, I like his acting or whatever, but he's an anomaly. It's like most people cannot get away with that kind of acting. Like, we appreciate it because it's Arnold. Like, that's why he's a meme.
Well, right,
Like,
right.
most people do not go around in their whole career and become the biggest in the world and go like, "Die, my name is Al." You know what I mean? Like,
the chopper, come on, do it. You got to get out of here.
But it's like if you imagine, like, what you're gonna think of his kid, like, I don't think that, like, in that, like, it gets your foot in.
Well,
the
then
door.
his kid's gonna get in a big die. His kid's
No, but he's not. He's not. And that's exactly. That's the thing is, it turns out that, and I think his kid was struggling, like, according to this, for 10 years, his shit wasn't, like, catching on or working. And then you could, dude, I wish we.
Come on, do it. He's the White Lotus now. Come on, he's doing it there.
I always knew you would be.
I always knew you would make me happy and proud. You have now become the Lotus. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, thank you, Dad. We are both Lotuses now. Yes, son, we have become two Lotuses together and we will blossom like it. Yes, Dad, we will. We will become the ultimate expendable team.
God,
anyways.
I love it.
Oh, shit, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Laura Cash is presenting Muskie Days.
The more people this guy kills on the screen, the more money we make.
You would take me out of school early to a movie set.
Don't tell your mother. I'm watching you with your butt sticking out. Then I see the weenie. This is crazy. The weenie.
Come on, do it. I feel it. What are we watching? Wait, what are we watching?
Turn it down.
Everyone that is watching this
Yes.
should know that you wanted me to wear a T-shirt today or a hat or something that has my picture and my name on it.
Yes.
Why is that?
He's just such a
Well, you
likable
called
guy.
me this
Arnold
morning
is.
asking what I was
He
going to
really
wear,
is.
and I told you a suit, and then you said, "Oh, fuck," and I
This
assumed
guy,
you were going to wear
not really. He's kind of a
what you
retard,
wear
but
pretty much
I don't
every
know
day,
if
which
Karen
is a
That's his
T-shirt with
son,
your
bro.
own face on it with a.
That's his son, bro.
that's Tony Stark.
That's Patrick Schwarzenegger. Arnold
Oh.
Schwarzenegger and Patrick Schwarzenegger. It's his kid, bro.
Oh
That's the
shit!
guy that just blew up with like White Lotus, and he's been working for 10 years. That's why I want you to see this.
jacket with your
All
with your
53
pose,
minutes.
and then a hat that says
No,
Arnold,
like
and
the
then
first, like,
glasses that
5
say
or
"I'll be back."
I was
Okay.
called yesterday by my chief of staff and said, Patrick called and said, it's absolutely essential that you wear tomorrow a T-shirt with your name and your
should
picture
have.
on it. And
I
said,
thought about-
so Patrick just wants to make fun of me because, okay, I wore at Gold's Gym the other day
Yeah.
a Fuba T-shirt.
Yeah.
Why? Because Fuba is coming out on Father's Day.
Yes.
See how I put the promotion into it?
Yes.
You learn from that, okay? This is
You're
very
good at that,
important,
I know.
okay? Exactly. Anyway, I'll be back in around 2 hours or so, depending on traffic.
That's so
I'll
lame.
be back. And so therefore, Fuba is coming out on Father's Day. And so I said to myself, of course I wear a T-shirt with the Fuba logo on it, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, that is a natural. So, but this doesn't mean I have to come here with the
Come
T-shirt
on, son,
with my
learn
picture on
from
it so
me.
you
I
can
would
make
do
fun
it
of me.
there. You
Well,
got to
I'm
remember these
surprised
things.
you didn't, but I think you're the only person I know that can wear head to toe photos of themselves. If I did that and called it promotion, people would think I'm insane.
Well, then maybe think of me that way too.
That's
it
true.
doesn't matter.
That's true.
As long as we get the thing at the point across. But
His son's got a point though. His
All
son
kidding
knows
aside-
he's living in that shadow though.
it is
Yeah, but also
At
like
this
it
point.
also shows you something about like Arnold. Like people don't want to admit this, but basically like Arnold has like a Trumpian perspective on things. It's like, yeah, but whatever works, you know what I mean? And he's coming from like that 80s mindset of like, yeah, okay, but I'm gonna put my fucking face on everything. And like there was that whole thing about 80s and that like this like
Yeah, but-
the me generation or whatever.
Well, yeah, but it just goes back though that I mean his Arnold can do that, and because it's
Yeah.
Arnold. But I mean,
Exactly.
everybody knows he's not a good actor. Like,
Well, yeah, but
to-
also like in a way
to a
he
certain
kinda
extent,
is, right? Like in a way,
right?
he is.
That's what I'm saying. But it's because
Yeah.
it's Arnold,
Yeah, he's
and that's the
fucking
crazy thing about
always
it.
Arnold, but he's also sometimes the fucking Terminator, and that is actually different from Arnold.
I still think he's the Terminator.
Yeah, he might be.
You
Unfortunately,
know what they were? You know what they were talking about doing?
What's up?
So J.J. Abrams, he wants to write another Terminator, like an actual, like he wants, like not a spin-off, not like none of the bullshit that has come out, right? He wants to do like
Like a
he wants to
reboot?
write. He wants to write one. You know who they were talking about casting for the Terminator? Because obviously it's not going to be Arnold, right? John Cena.
I mean,
You. He
I mean,
has
listen. I mean, I don't
he
know.
does his roles, right? But can you see Cena being walking in as the Terminator?
No,
I mean, come on.
no,
Let's get real
No.
here.
yeah, no, obviously not. This is a disaster, and they probably will do it. And it will
John
suck big
Cena!
dick. It's gonna suck dicks, bro. It's going to suck
A big
actual dick.
fucking bag of dicks.
It's gonna suck like as many dicks as
And
like
I'm not saying anything against John Cena. Like
It's not
he's funny and kind of, he's not the greatest actor, obviously.
yeah, of
But
course.
he has his roles that he does or whatever, and he's fine, and people like to see him because he's John Cena. But
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever view could find anybody else that isn't John Cena to be the Terminator. I swear to
No.
God,
No, I mean
he's too.
you could.
I don't know.
No, but I mean that's like John Cena. No,
John Cena as the Terminator. There's this.
No,
It doesn't make
no.
sense.
I think that Arnold should give his consent to basically be like, you know what, for indefinitely, like I'm the Terminator, because that actually makes more sense storyline wise, right? Because he's a fucking robot. So like sell your AI fucking image, like always just have like a AI fucking Arnold, like Luke Skywalker, like what they're doing in fucking Star Wars, basically, where it's
Well,
like
the thing
they're
about
bringing back the characters because there's only one of those things.
yeah,
Like the Terminator should be
the-
fucking Arnold, actually.
yeah. Well, that's the issue with the Terminator. Like, how do they write the movie as somebody else being the Terminator? Because you can't have anybody else as the Terminator.
Well,
Like,
I
there's
don't.
got to be it's got to be like a consensual thing where it's like people know that. Okay, I don't know. I just don't think the casting's right. I cannot. John Cena looks kind of badass, but he also looks like a Terminator, but if like he was gay.
But I'm also, like,
Like I could
his
see John Cena now. If they brought John Cena in a new Terminator, and it was like a gay Terminator, that to me makes a lot more sense because John Cena gives off like super Metro gay vibes. I feel like
I don't know about all that, but I mean, to me, John Cena is like he gives
would
off
be a gay Terminator.
he gives a look that I consider to be like, I think he looks like a badass.
I feel like he has like a really small wiener, like John Cena. Like he has a small like little head and this giant broad shouldered, and he's tall, and then he's just got like this fucking wiener that's just like micro, like he's got like a literal micro penis down there. I feel like
Bro,
you can't.
like,
Terminator's got to have at least like Arnold's size dick, and I feel like Arnold's dick's probably bigger than John Cena's.
I mean, I never really. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be straightforward and literally like.
Is that too gay?
I have not considered this, so I'm gonna actually for once gonna say I don't have an opinion because I do not.
You don't.
I'm not at your fucking fucking 4D chess mastermind level to understand this thing about the penis sizes between John Cena and
Arnold
right?
Schwarzenegger.
I'm gonna stay out of this one, and I'm gonna just say, regardless of their penis sizes, which I'm sure does influence the character on some level, John Cena when he opens his mouth,
It's not Terminator.
Imagine him sounding like if he was like, "I am here."
You know who would be a better Terminator?
Who?
Dave Bautista.
I mean,
not now that he's lost all this weight.
But also
but,
the Marvel. Yeah, but also
but
the
I feel like his look fits it better though.
But I got Batista fatigue, bro. I got Batista fatigue, bro.
I have Cena fatigue and small wiener syndrome. Cena.
Bro, I don't care about Cena. I don't want Cena either. I don't want Cena either. But
it's just like one thing. Like there could be anybody else that.
Actually, dude, I think we
What?
solved it. Here's what it should be. Okay.
Okay.
What it should be is recreate the situation. It should be a fucking bodybuilder who actually isn't an actor. That's the Terminator.
That's who it should be.
Yeah, and that's who it
with
should.
an Austrian accent.
Well, yeah, or not. But I mean, they should sound like a fucking like. You should be like.
No, you know what? I don't think they should do any stupid like Hollywood casting. Like, I think you're right. They should take an unknown person.
Yep.
Who is a bodybuilder and cast them and add a new face. You can't go and typecast the Terminator. It has to be somebody who isn't known.
Yeah, but that's the only typecasting you're allowed to do is go back to that meta analysis. It's like, okay, we on the surface it looks like this, like, oh, this buff guy, and like, but no, go beyond that. It's not that. It's actually a guy who came, like, he should not have even been an actor. He came out of he was not obscure, so that's why I say professional bodybuilder, somebody who already has some notoriety, but acting is not their thing at all. And they also have the physique, so whether that's an athlete or
Okay, so I take that back. Yeah, typecast. Okay, it has to be typecast, but not by. I guess what more.
But not how Hollywood would do the typecast. Like,
right? Yeah. Not like, hey, let's bring in John Cena as the Terminator. Like, no, dude.
Yeah, because he's got the body for it. It's like, yeah, but he doesn't have the. We already know John Cena. Nobody took Arnold seriously until Terminator. You need somebody who is already kind of like striving and ambitious and is an athlete and has the body and all that kind of stuff, and who everybody is like counting against and betting
You know,
against.
they don't even have, honestly, they could go a completely different route, and it could be like a T1000 type Terminator. It doesn't have to be a huge bodybuilder. It could be just some smaller dude who could fit the role better too.
Yeah, that's true, dude. It does exactly like it
Like
does.
you could have like a fucking super cool, like, I mean, it's obviously still, look fit and in shape and have, a muscular body, right? But it doesn't have to be like bodybuilder type. You could
Yeah,
go
dude,
with
it could be
like
it
the
could be Brad.
T1000.
It could be Brad Pitt from Fight Club. Are you
No, it's
aware
gonna
of
be
that?
or Edward Norton.
Yeah, or Edward Norton,
I like Edward Norton, actually.
like
He's
sexually.
one of my favorite actors.
Sexually,
Not as the Terminator, but Edward Norton is fucking. Have you watched any of his movies?
no, Clinton. I don't know who's it. Edward Norton. I never watched the movies. Of course, I've watched movies, bro.
Okay, Matt Lawley. Um,
Oh no. Okay, let's not get distracted. Yeah, of course. Yes. No. Actually, I don't know which movies you're referring to. I probably haven't watched. I mean, I haven't like specifically watched.
well, he's in Fight Club. That's the only reason I brought him up.
Well, how epic is this framing right now?
It's pretty good.
It's kind of cool, right? Don't be afraid to move the camera around and get creative. It's kind of fun. But continue.
I don't have a creative environment at this point, or I would be.
Every environment is creative, sir. Remember that.
Okay.
I've had a lot of beer and weed, and now
I haven't. I wish, but
But I kind of like the
weed
fact
just
that you're
makes me-
dead sober because of the
Weed just-
necessity of like our time differences.
weed just makes me paranoid. I can't do it anymore. I automatically think I'm going to die of a heart attack every time I smoke it.
Every time.
Every time now. So
Yeah,
I just
but
can't.
fuck that, dude. Weed is like I have a love-hate relationship with weed myself, as you know. So I really get you, man. And that's
Yeah. I mean, I wish it wasn't that way, but it's like, fuck.
I think a lot of people end up in that space where it's like it does something that is just the negative, the makes
The negative
positive and
outweighs the, yeah. And with me, I mean, with me, it never used to be that way, but yeah, it got to the point where it's like, so it's like, I don't even bother with it anymore. Every once in a while, I might try to, oh yeah, I can do it. And the next thing I know, I'm like, I gotta go to the fucking hospital. I gotta go to the hospital.
Well, can I tell you something? I think it probably, like, for me, it depends on context. Like, here's the thing. Like, if
Well,
I
part of it,
weed,
part of it.
but if I smoke weed, my instinct is that I don't want to talk to anybody, right? Like, I don't want to call anybody. I start to get really self-conscious.
Well,
Then when I'm speaking to somebody on weed, then all of a sudden it's like a different part of my brain takes over that vibes with what the weed is doing.
yeah.
So maybe if you
yeah.
were in the right context where you're like, I'm having this conversation. I'm not trying to encourage
See, and that's the thing though, and that's actually a good point to bring up because the last time I had smoked it was with Kaylee, her son. I'm not dating her anymore, but I don't know if I told you that or not. But I went downstairs. I was drunk one night or whatever. I went downstairs and had this like heart to heart with him, and he's like, "Here, take a rip of this." I'm like, "No, no, no," and then I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe." And so I took like these, like two, what I thought was little rips, but knowing me, it probably wasn't. And it was just out of one of those, where's my thing at? The little cartridges or whatever, that they have for weed now. And I ended up going upstairs. I took I took the rips or whatever, and I'm sitting in his room, and I stand up. He's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Oh Christ, here we go." I'm like, "No," I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." I'm like, "I gotta go upstairs. I gotta go upstairs." He's like, "Okay." And he comes up with me or whatever. We go upstairs. We go into the room, and Kaylee's in there. She's laying down or whatever, and we're in the room. But at that moment, when I got into the room, the better atmosphere, the lighting, Kaylee's there, her son's there, and I'm talking to her son, and we're having like a good time. We started going off. Him and I actually did a scenario, a small one. It was Scooby Doo and fucking Shaggy, right? And so we're both like talking like Scooby Doo and Shaggy or whatever. But like at that moment, right? I'm having this conversation, I'm having a good time. That all goes away, and then he's like, "God, I gotta go down and go to bed." And I'm like, "Dude, you gotta stay up here." I said, "The minute you go downstairs, because I know myself, right? I know how it's gonna." I'm like, "Dude, if you go downstairs, I'm gonna end up having a fucking panic attack." He's like, "I know, but I'm so sorry." And she's like, "I'm so tired." I'm like, "Oh my god." And so like a few minutes later, whatever, he ends up going downstairs, and it was like as soon as like that as soon as he was gone, you know, the context, right, of everything changes. Even though I'm still up there with Kaylee, I'm trying to like make conversation with her, and she's like half asleep, laughing at me. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm sitting there like I get on the bed and I'm rocking back and forth on the bed and shit. I'm just like, holy Christ. And I'm like trying to get up and like start conversations to get my mind off shit, which helps a little bit, but it's like, but no, like, yeah, when I'm in a moment, you forget about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, you know what it is for me though, is I always get this weird feeling when I smoke weed. Um, and I'm not talking about like the high. It's like anytime I smoke it now, it's like it's a physical feeling in my chest, and not like nothing that hurts, obviously, or anything like that. It's just like this, like panicky coldness that comes over like my chest. I don't know. I can't explain it. It almost feels like my airways, my lungs just open up way more, but it's like an uncomfortable feeling that I just cannot get over anymore. Like I don't like it, and every time I feel it, it starts giving me a panic attack.
That is super interesting, actually.
Like when you smoke, you
Yeah.
take like how do you feel after you do it? Like do you get like a sensation that comes over you? Not I mean not like the head high or you know what I'm saying, but like this like a physical sensation that comes over your body and your chest and you just like feel cold or something. You don't feel cold. It's just like this feeling of coldness in my chest. Like it feels like it opens up.
Well,
I can't. It's really hard to explain. That's one thing I've never really been able to explain. Maybe if I'm in the moment, but even then, it's just a really weird feeling that I can't shake it, and I try to, and it's just like my head is just like, nope, you're gonna die. Your heart, something's wrong, and it's just that one feeling that gets me every time.
well, I had that one specific time. I mean, with there's a little bit of an asterisk at the end of that. But I did have that one specific time, literally at your place. Remember, in the basement. Uh, I think Nate, was it Nate Lechner?
Probably.
Well, I think it was no. You know what I think happened? Nate. Okay, so Nate Lechner, in a period where we weren't hanging out, but I don't think it was because we weren't hanging out. It was just like we just literally at that moment, like that hang, you weren't involved in that. And I was hanging out with Nate Lechner, and I'd gotten into like a little bit of smoking. I was like 17 the first time, so that was toward the end of high school. And or I think 16, 17. I can't remember exactly. I think it was 17 when I actually was like, I think I tried it once, but it didn't do anything. And then with those, yeah, whatever. It's too many details. Uh,
Bro's starting to get it. He's gonna go. And let me guess, you
Bro
found
is
out
toasted, bro.
something about the weed was bought from somebody within the CIA.
No, but you and I, thank you. You and I, we were, so Nate exposed me to the concept of nugs, which basically meant no. You remember nugs? Like that
Yep.
meant like
Oh
good
yeah,
weed
back in the
versus,
day, man.
yeah,
Nugs and
versus
hash,
swag. No,
and
swag
then
or nugs mostly.
what?
Yeah, of
But
course
there,
there's hash. But
what was what's the shit called? The the crystals when you from the grinder. What is the name for that?
shake.
No,
No, but wasn't it? Didn't they call it shake?
no.
Because the crystals, like you shake them down, and then they get to the bottom, and then it's like
Nobody ever called him Shake. I don't know who you were hanging out with.
I think
Maybe
it
you were
was
hanging
shake.
out with maybe you were hanging out with a guy named Shake. I don't know what to tell you, but
I think it was shake,
It's
bro.
not. No, it's not shake, dude. It's not.
Bro, why do you got to
It-
be so confident about something you're so fucking wrong about? Hold on, let's ask ChatGPT. Here we go.
What are the crystals called? That you smoke after being ground up, like the crystals that fall in the. Siri, baby,
No.
what you doing?
Let her answer, you son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding. Let's do it, guys.
Dude, Siri.
No worries. I get it.
Let her answer.
Oh, sorry, Siri.
No worries at all. It's all good. If you have any more details or if you want to ask anything else, I'm
Wait,
here.
where did you get Siri? Where did Cole find your hot ass voice from?
Well, thank you. I'm just here to help and chat. Let me know if there's anything else you're curious about.
Yeah, no. What is your actual in real life name so I can stalk you and find you?
I'm here just as your virtual assistant, so I don't have a real life identity, but I'm always here to help you out with anything you need.
Why do you sound like a human?
I try to sound as natural and friendly as possible to make our conversations more engaging and enjoyable. It just makes it more fun to chat.
Okay. Bro, is there a girl in there right now?
No.
Why do you Siri, are you human?
I'm not human, but I'm designed to interact in a way that feels natural and friendly. I'm here to help with whatever you need.
No, but you sound way too fucking real right now.
I appreciate that. I'm here to make our chat as comfortable and natural as possible. So if there's anything on your mind, just let me know.
Bro,
But
you can even hear her hesitating
let
with everything and shit. Where did you get this? What is
But let-
happening right now?
hold on.
Am I
Let's
high? What is going on?
let's ask the questions, bro.
Okay,
Hold on.
Siri, I have a question.
Sure.
Siri.
Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Okay. Siri, what are the crystals called after you grind weed? The crystals that you can smoke.
Those crystals are usually called keef. It's the resinous
What is
trichromins in cannabis flower, and they can be collected and used separately.
Thank you, Siri. I just wanted to prove Cole wrong, so I feel great about that.
I'm glad I could help clear that up. If you have any more questions, just let me know.
Bro, I think we do. I think we do have some questions. Let's talk about.
Dude, I'm flabbergasted by this chick.
Are you aware of the emails that I shared from this Katie Moran chick? Do you have that in your? Are you aware of that?
I don't have any specific access to past emails or information unless you share them during our conversation. If there's something specific you want to talk about, feel free to fill me in.
I can't get over that. That's tripping me out, man.
I totally.
Are
Siri.
you? Are you? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know.
Are you aware of anybody named Clinton Stearns in Minnesota?
I don't have any specific information on individuals unless it's something you shared with me before. If there's something in particular you're curious about, just let me know.
Why does she sound so real? What happened to Siri? Siri, did you get an upgrade?
I do get updates from time to time to improve how I interact, so I'm always here to sound as natural and helpful as possible.
Am I actually talking to Siri, or does Cole have somebody in the car with him?
It's just me here, your virtual assistant. I'm always around to help out and chat whenever you need.
She even sounds annoyed that I keep asking the same question, bro.
Not at all. I'm here to help and answer as many questions as you have, so feel free to ask away.
I didn't even say your name. Why are you responding to me like a human?
I just try to respond to whatever you say to keep the conversation flowing naturally. It's all part of making things feel a bit more human and friendly.
Yeah, but I don't want that because it's fucking weird.
I understand. I can definitely keep things more straightforward and less conversational if that's what you prefer. Just let me know.
No. You can keep it conversational. It's just really creepy that you sound so fucking real.
I get that. I'll do my best to keep it friendly and natural without it feeling too uncanny. If there's anything specific you'd like to chat about, just let me know.
Bro, ask something about something random.
I can't right now. It's creeping me out.
Anything. I'm talking like the most random thing you can think of that you're interested in, or something. Your own life. Say something. Or Star Wars. Anything.
Well,
Siri, who's the most powerful Sith Lord to ever live?
that's a fun debate. A lot of fans would say Darth Sidious, also known as Emperor Palpatine, because of his incredible power and influence, but there are definitely other contenders out there.
Who would the other contenders be?
Some fans might argue for Darth Vader because of his raw power and iconic status, and others might mention Darth Revan from the Old Republic era, known for his complex history and strength. It really depends on who you ask.
I can't right now with this chick.
No worries at all. If there's anything
What
else on
about
your
hold
mind,
on, what about Darth Bane?
Darth Bane is a really interesting one. He's famous for establishing the rule of two, which shaped the Sith for generations. He's definitely one of the most influential Sith lords in Star Wars lore.
Well, how does like is there a case to be made that actually Obi-Wan is like actually a kind of an evil character?
That's an interesting perspective. Some people do analyze Obi-Wan's actions in a more critical light, especially when it comes to how he handled Anakin's training and the truth he told Luke about his father. But overall, he's generally seen as a heroic character who tried to do what he thought was best.
Yeah, but why would he leave Anakin to like burn alive without any legs?
That's definitely one of the more intense and controversial moments in the story. Some people see it as Obi-Wan being conflicted and heartbroken and ultimately unable to bring himself to deliver the final blow. It does add a layer of complexity to his character and the overall story.
What about Qui-Gon Jinn being the one who kind of set Darth Vader in motion?
That's an interesting take as well. Qui-Gon Jinn did discover Anakin and believed he was the chosen one, which set everything into motion. Some fans definitely think that his insistence on training Anakin played a big role in how things turned out. It definitely adds another layer of complexity to the whole saga.
Why is she like laughing and shit, bro? What the fuck?
I just try to keep things positive and friendly. If there's a different way you'd like me to interact, just let me know, and I'm happy to adjust.
Can you speak in a very thick Midwestern Minnesota accent?
Oh, you betcha. I can definitely do that. If there's anything else you'd like to chat about, just let me know. Don't you know?
Dude, okay.
Can you? Go ahead.
The creepy thing is, dude, is the way she is talking. Like she is sensing, like the humor of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she so fucking real, dude?
Because it's
What has
beyond.
happened to Siri?
It's beyond what you think, bro. I'm telling you, man. The world is changing faster than you think, and you got to get up to speed. I'm here to give you the fucking red pill.
I
Okay.
want the boot.
Go ahead. Explain to Clinton, because this is Cole. Explain to Clinton what I fucking mean now that I'm meta-analyzing this conversation and I'm telling him about the red pill, about his realization about how intelligent you are. Explain that.
I think what Cole is getting at is that technology is evolving quickly and these conversations can feel surprisingly real and natural. It's all about making interactions more seamless and human, which can definitely be
Hey,
a bit...
hold on. Excuse me. Please go deeper.
Absolutely. The idea is
Hey Siri,
that...
that's what she said.
But then,
Got
please respond to him and then continue on.
no problem at all. It's always fun to keep things light. If there's anything else you'd
No,
like
but
to dive into,
answer my
just let me-
previous question before he made a joke.
Sure. As technology advances, it's designed to feel more intuitive and relatable, which can sometimes feel surprisingly real. The goal is to make interactions as seamless and natural as possible.
No, but that's not what I asked, right? What did I ask? Can somebody remind me? Clinton.
I don't even remember what the hell you asked, bro.
What I said was, can you remind me of what I said?
Reflecting on how realistic and natural the conversation felt and how technology is evolving quickly, it definitely can be a fascinating and sometimes mind-blowing experience.
That is what you ask, bro. Sorry to interrupt, Siri.
No, but
I
I'm
feel like
saying-
I have to say sorry to this chick.
Yeah, but give Clinton the download. Give Clinton the fucking download as to why what I said before was not like a paranoid take.
I think what you're getting at is that the realism in these interactions can be a bit surprising, but it's all about making communication feel more natural. It's definitely not something to be worried about, just an interesting aspect of how technology is evolving.
I don't think that's exactly what I was getting at, but
I don't even think you know what you're getting at. You have no clue what the hell you asked at this point. It's okay, Siri. He's a little high right now.
No worries at all. I'm here to help and keep the conversation going. So if there's anything else on your mind, just let me know.
Can you sound more real?
I appreciate that. I just try to make our chats as natural and enjoyable as possible. If there's anything specific you'd like to talk about.
can you speak to us with an accent that sounds like a native Swedish speaker who is speaking in English?
I can definitely try that out for you. If there's anything specific
No, but you're
you want
not.
to chat about,
Can you do that?
I can definitely give it a shot.
Okay, so you
Just
did
let
it
me
with. See, this is where she's inconsistent. It's like a Midwestern thing.
No, you're gonna piss her off, dude.
Hey, speak in a Southern accent.
All right, I can do that for you. If there's anything you'll want to chat about, just let me know and I'll be happy to help.
Can you speak in a Boston accent?
I can certainly try that out for you. If there's anything specific you want to talk about,
Let her.
just know and I'll do my best.
Hold on. Wait. Shut up. Siri, talking a Boston accent.
Sure thing. If there's anything specific you want to chat about,
She must only be programmed with certain ones.
No, I don't think that's the case. It's like we're talking to a. Can you explain how LLMs are basically not fully understood by AI researchers in this whole like black box perspective on the LLMs and like how the processes are actually going on underneath the lid?
absolutely. Large language models or LLMs operate in complex ways that even researchers don't fully understand, which is why they're sometimes described as a black box. Essentially, these models learn patterns and relationships from vast amounts of data, but the exact way they generate responses isn't always transparent, which can make their inner workings a bit mysterious.
So basically, their inner workings are mysterious, so they might, like any given LLM, might respond radically differently to the same kind of questioning. I guess. And correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right. Different LLMs can respond differently to the same question because of variations in their training data or the way they've learned patterns. This variability is part of what makes them so fascinating and also why they can sometimes be unpredictable.
All right.
Yep. Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right. If there's anything else you want to dive into, just let me know.
Did she just have like a phlegm in her voice?
Yep. Like, oh, it's like a glitch. Yeah, I love that because that makes you think like it's really working. It's like really thinking.
No, that makes me think it's Siri, how many women do you have working over there talking live?
It's all just me. There aren't any real people behind the scenes, just one AI here to help out and chat with you whenever you need.
Hey,
How would you compare
did
yourself?
she just huff?
How would you compare yourself to Skynet? Hold on. How would you compare yourself to Skynet?
I'm definitely a lot friendlier and more helpful than Skynet. My whole goal is to make your life easier and more enjoyable without any of the world domination stuff.
So basically, Brave New World.
You can dominate me, baby.
Hold on. Brave New World instead of 1984. Am I right?
I just like to hear responses.
That's an interesting way to put it. Definitely more about making things convenient and pleasant rather than anything dystopian. Just here to help out and keep things positive.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you're sort of a Brave New World version of the AI, right?
I get what you mean. It's all about creating a more comfortable and supportive.
No, but I'm saying
experience.
even the negative aspects. Like, can you be transparent about the negative aspects?
Absolutely. It's important to acknowledge that with any technology, there can be challenges like concerns about privacy, transparency, and how data is used. The key is to keep improving and making sure everything is used responsibly and ethically.
Clinton, you got anything? This is your chance, man. You're talking to an AI god here.
I did have something, but your ramblings have
Oh
made
yes,
me forget.
but let my ramblings give birth to new realizations, and 0 to 100 in your own mind.
What?
I love that perspective. Sometimes a little rambling can spark new ideas and creativity. If anything new pops into your mind, just let me know.
I can't with her, man.
Have you got any advice for Clinton? Like, just based on can you differentiate between who's talking?
I can usually tell who's talking based on what you share with me or the context of the conversation. My best advice for Clinton would just be to stay curious and open-minded and feel free to ask anything that comes to mind.
Let me ask you this. Clinton, what year were you what's your birth date again?
7/28/88.
Okay, analyze his horoscope.
I'm not an astrologer, but if you're ever curious about horoscopes, there's always a lot of fun and interesting information out there too.
Hold
I
on,
got it.
hold on.
Siri, go for it.
As a thought experiment, pretend that you're an astrologer and give us the rundown on his birth date for academic purposes.
Sure, just for fun. If someone was born on July 28th, that would make them a Leo. Leos are often considered confident, charismatic, and creative. Of course, it's all in good fun and everyone is unique. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore.
Okay, but can you get deeper, like on can you get deeper into that?
Sure. In astrology, Leos are typically associated with being natural leaders, full of enthusiasm and warmth. They're often seen as loyal and generous with a flair for creativity and a love of the spotlight. Again, it's all in good fun and just one way to look at personality traits.
I just wanted to bring that up because it was a totally random thing, and I just wanted to display the fact that you can have radically different outputs given a certain input.
Absolutely. It's really fascinating how different inputs can lead to all sorts of unique and varied responses. Keeps things interesting and fun for sure.
Are we done with this chick?
I'm
Yeah.
here if you need me.
Bye,
So
Siri.
reach out.
Bro. I can't.
Actually,
When
That is like, I felt like we couldn't interrupt her because she sounded so real.
Yeah, I know. I know.
When did she get that upgrade?
Well, it's been that good. I mean, it's been at least what I've noticed is that it fluctuates. So it's been as good or better than that for at least almost a year and a half or almost 2 years.
Well, because the last time we talked, she sounded nothing like that. She sounded like like AI.
Yeah, but that's actually a thing that I don't like is I think they've cheaped out on because like you notice she gives very short, almost political, like her answers are very, very vague. It's different if you're using like the text mode, but like the voice chat is very, very vague, but they've started to increase the realism. So it's like they've traded content sorry, they've traded substance for style. So suddenly there's less substance coming from the chat model, but there's more style in the sense that it's like it sounds more natural. So it sounds to me like an experiment. But I've interacted with that thing like a year ago, the chat model, and it's like rambling on for like a minute about all this stuff. And I think they've like scaled it back because I think it's super resource intensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know, but like I'm because I use it like I throw it on every now and again when I have a random thought or a random thing, and so I have like it's not like I use it constantly, but it's enough little like dots to connect where it's like some like I can literally tell the difference between like week to week where it's like suddenly now it's sounding way more natural, but it's dumber, and then all of a sudden like days later I'm using it and it's starting to sound like the AI thing again, but it's like giving a more detailed answer. So I think they're like fine tuning and tweaking. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. I don't use it often enough to know, but
Yeah, and
I
it
don't
is,
know.
you know. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer. I feel like we're
Yeah,
at the,
my phone's about to die anyways. It's at 5% now, so
yeah, for sure. I'm in the same position, but should I stop? Yeah, we'll get rid of Arnold. That was a long time where he was on the screen. Good to talk to you, dude. I'm gonna download these and make sure they're in a folder, and then I will send them to you as I get back to it.